Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the round one of the International Division from the GTCQ Championship, GT Championnat Québec, directly from Kyoto, Yamagiwa Racetrack. I'm François Goulet, and I'm really happy to welcome you to the kickoff of this brand new season for the GTCQ Championship. Alongside me, my usual partner in crime for description, my good buddy, teammate, Mr. Joe Wenzel, aka Greasy Sam Squanch. What's up, Joe? We haven't seen you for a while.
It's been a while. We had the summer break, had a good bit of holidays, had some fun, but we're back at it, ready for some good racing. One hell of a lineup for drivers here. One hell of a lineup. This is exciting.
Yeah, we're quite eager to be here. You might know us. We used to describe the GT Fusion, which was an international championship. Unfortunately, we won't be doing that furthermore, but we're really excited and honored to have been chosen, me and Joe, to describe that brand new division for the GTCQ Championship, the Championnat Québec, which is bringing us exactly like a brand new lineup, exciting combos. We'll be talking about that furthermore in the following minutes. For those who don't know, GTCQ, the GT Championnat Québec, is a Quebec championship that is mostly there's mostly Canadian drivers here, but we are open to other countries. We had a lot of Belgian people, French people from the United States, but now this new division, it has the purpose to bring bigger talents from other countries, and it's going to be quite exciting to watch. And this is our season kickoff, so this is the first race of all divisions together that we're presenting you this afternoon. And this is a special championship, Joe, because unlike the others, there are prize money to win there, so the competition is going to be very hard because of that.
When you add a little bit of money into the pot, people get a little more heated, they get a little more aggressive, and I hope it's going to turn out for some excellent racing. With these guys, these names that I'm looking at right here, just the first three that I'm looking at, their accolades alone are just like through the roof. So I'm excited for this one. These guys are going to deserve this prize money at the end of this one. They're going to have to work for it.
Yeah, and there wouldn't be any prize money or any international division without sponsors, and I would like to thank JT Tuning, for sponsoring this division. For those who don't know, JT Tuning is an enterprise specialized in industrial and agricultural businesses to improve and maximize power and resolving anti-polluting issues on a large scale. So they actually are they're open in Quebec and Ontario. But we don't know for the future. You just have to ask Mr. Jimmy Turcotte. Very nice company, and we're really happy to have them as a sponsor for this division. That said, so for the prize money, Joe, only the three top drivers of the podium for the championship are going to have these prize money. It's quite nice. I've never seen anything that big in a local scale. So the first position for the championship will win $1,100
Big bucks,
Canadian.
Big bucks.
Canadian. That
it's
is
still good. It's still good.
second position will have $600, and third position $300. When there's prize like that involved, you said it. Maybe emotions and intentions can be into play.
The level just goes up. People practice a little harder. People put that effort in. It's I'm excited for this one. This is big prize money. These guys are gonna have they're gonna work for it.
All right, and we got a good race today at Kyoto Yamagiwa, an original track. Before we talk about this track and the drivers, we'll have a little short publicity break just to present you our sponsor, and we'll come back right after that and describe the track for you, a lap into the car, and we'll talk furthermore.
GT Tuning se spécialise depuis plus de 7 ans dans la programmation de machinerie agricole et industrielle pour optimiser la puissance ou solutionner les problèmes d'antipollution partout au Québec et en Ontario. Vous pouvez optimiser vos performances et c'est avec GT Tuning que vous allez y arriver. Service professionnel et rapide avec Jimmy Turcotte de GT Tuning au 450-365-7725.
So, Kyoto Yamagiwa Racetrack, Joe. What do you think about that track? This is one of my favorite personally. This is an exciting and fast track. What's your opinion on this one?
It's It is a fun track. I did a few laps in it. They're in the Toyota GR Supra today, so it's definitely a powerful car for this track. I believe this track was introduced in GT Sport in 2017, and
Yes,
it's
it
a
was. Yeah.
fictional track, but it's got everything. It's got banked corners, it's got little tight corners, it's got very fast corners. And believe it or not, little dork fact on this one, the corner radius is marked on the track before each corner. I
Oh,
didn't
I
know
did not
that
know
until the
that.
other day.
I did
So
not know that.
it is a fun track. We're looking at about 1 minute 30-second lap time, somewhere in that range is what we're looking for from these guys. And maybe we'll see some people drop into the 29s. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, there's going to be two rounds. Well, for round one, there's going to be two races. The first one is the sprint race, so it's just going to be 10 laps. And the second race will have 30 laps. For the sprint race, only soft compound tires are allowed and required. It's going to be a grid start with false start checks. The consumption will be ×2 for either fuel and tires. That's it. They start with a load of 50 liters. They shouldn't go through that. I think
I
I
think they'll
haven't
be
done.
fine.
Yeah, they should be fine. I haven't done the exercise myself. Although I'm going to keep a close eye on this race because I have to do it in 2 weeks' time. So I'm always happy to see people do some good stuff on the track that I can take advantage of later on. For the second race, 30 laps, they have to use the three compounds. I really like that. The fact that they have to do two pit stops, maximize their tire compounds. I don't know, Joe, we might see just a one lap on the hards and people maximizing mediums, although the tire wear is going to be ×3 and the fuel is still going to be ×2. It will be a rolling start. That's a new
Yeah.
thing for a GTCQ championship because we usually go with grid starts for everything. And the best part is the quali. It's a hot lap for both races, so no time to improve. If you screw up a lap, you're done.
One and done. It's
Yeah.
that makes it good though. That makes you try and perform for that one lap, and if you don't do it, you don't do it. You're going to pay the price for it.
Well, you and I are a big fan of the reverse grid, but that hot lap thing, if you're nervous, you can really you can screw up a lap, and maybe a faster driver can
All it
start from the
takes is
back and
one
give us a
mistake.
good show.
One mistake, that's all it takes. These names in here, it's gonna be a wild drive. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of wishing I was behind the steering wheel on this one a little bit
Yeah.
now, just to see how I stack up with these guys. But
Yeah.
it'll be
Well,
fun. This will be good.
well, I can tell you this: we can go practice with them later if we want. Talking about, speaking of the drivers, we have an international lineup, something we have never seen so far. It's normal that it came to that because GTCQ Championship has 6 divisions plus an academy, and Division 6 being the slowest of them, Division 1 being the fastest. And some of the drivers we have in the international division are Division 1 champions that actually were winning, I would say, sometimes quite easily. So they needed a new challenge. We needed a new challenge. And that's why the international division is there, is to provide an even greater show that we have and give a platform to local drivers and some invited guests to show their skills on the track. So starting with the drivers, we have a list of drivers. We'll try to get them in order. Greasy, first driver is...
We have Kilian Drumont, a very famous name in the world of Gran Turismo. He is the World Champion Showdown at Salzburg 2022, World Champion 2022, and Olympic Champion 2023. So this guy knows how to drive. He's been to the big show. He's done it. He knows what he's doing. He can handle the pressure.
Exactly. He knows the pressure. We have seen him on the World Tour. He's always one of the favorites there. He's 19 years young, so he's not the youngest of the drivers we have. He is, I think, the favorite on paper for this season, although there's a lot of wild cards, and I can't wait just to see how local drivers and other drivers are doing against him, because they might feel the pressure of having such a big name into the mix.
That is a big name. It is a big name.
Next one in line. We got Craig Bautista, I think.
Bautista. Kem Cavs, 31 years old, and he has quite the little title on him as well too. 2023, he finished 15th for the USA manufacturers for Lamborghini. 2019, top of the American Lamborghini, and general manager.
Yeah, he's the team leader. He's the team leader
That's
of
what it is.
this Puerto Rico.
Correct.
It's a e-racing club. We have raced a lot of these drivers here because they're located in North America. So me and Greasy had the chance to drive against Autista and a lot of his teammates, clean drivers,
Definitely.
fast drivers. We quite enjoy racing with them. So very, very happy to see Autista in this championship. And I think he has one or two other teammates in the championship. Going to the next one, it's Armando 35, Armando Rollon.
Mando Roland, 21 years old. So he's a 2023, finished 14th for USA manufacturers in Audi. 2022 classified US Porsche Esports Challenge. And the pilot, I can't read that.
He's a
Is this
top
in
split
French?
driver. Yeah. Regularly a top split driver. So Rollon, that's what I was saying to you earlier. I think I don't know him under this name, this profile name, but I've seen the name Rollon a lot in the top and second split of our Nations Cup or menu. So yeah, he's a good driver. He's a fast driver. Really hard to come around. Oh,
Sam
now we're getting on the
Yo.
gravy.
Sam Yo. We got a
Mhm.
Canadian. We got a Canadian.
We got a Quebecer actually, Samuel. I've known him for a few years, raced with him a lot. He's one of the fastest guy in the province of Quebec. Certainly one of the fastest guys in Canada. You might not know him a lot because we don't see him much in the international competitions, but he has done a lot. And he retired some season ago from the GTCQ championship because I think he just won it all. So maybe he went elsewhere to do other championships, but he's really, really fast, 25 years old, still very young. He's a top split driver for North America. And last time we saw him around, he was runner-up for the first division. So he's really there with the other Quebec drivers. Really happy to see him here.
Very fast driver.
Yeah. We got from the same team, GTCQ. So this is a big Quebec team, by the way, the team GTCQ, Mr. Dave Guimont. Dave also, same kind of pedigree as Samuel, very fast driver, same adversaries, same divisions, older though. He's more in our age range.
One of the older guys. He's got that Alonso in him.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the fun part about this division. You're going to see a lot of experience. Going to see a lot of youngsters who can take their advantages there. Dave is a really steady driver. He can make a little odd mistake every now and then, but they're really far apart. So he could do good in this division, no doubt about it. From the same team, Mr. Danny Jourdain. Yeah, Fastban. You might have seen him around.
He's fast, definitely fast.
Yeah, he gets his name from somewhere. He's the last year's champion for the Division 1. He won before that. I mean, last year there was no way to get even close to him. He missed one round in the season, and he won by a fair margin. So I had hopes before he came by, and when he came by, it was just a race for runner-up in the division. So this is normal that a guy like Fazdan goes into a division above the Division 1 because he has so much speed to provide and to show he's going to do good here, and he does not make a lot of mistakes. Sincerely, I don't know if he's going to get nervous because of this division, but Fazdan is...
he's always up there.
Yeah, he's regular. I'm really happy to see him as well. I can't wait to see the Canadian drivers how they can do against the international grid. Okay, let me go this one. Giovanni Baccellieri from Belgium, but it's an Italian name, so we know he crossed the border. I don't know him. So you might want to read his file, and we're going to
I
learn
can
about
read
him.
that out for you. So he
Ooh.
came sixth in the GTWS Showdown Nations Cup in the Amsterdam. See, I got the shirt on for it. Thank you, Lester. He's at first for Belgium in the Olympic Esports Series in 2023, and he is driver for the European Genesis Manufacturers Series. He came in second for that one, and fifth.
5 times P2 in
Oh,
Belgium.
there we go. 5 times P2 in Belgium. Some of this is in French. Bear with me, guys. I'm a useless Canadian that can't speak French.
He was runner-up 5 times in Belgium for Nations Cup. So
he's got quite the portfolio there.
Yeah, exactly. That's I think that's the longest list that we've seen so far. Some of them were abbreviated, but this guy has.
Definitely.
I think it goes a little bit further more, but we can't read it.
Who do we got next here?
And we got Antonio SK from France. He is a last-minute replacement, I think, for one of his teammates, which was Joss, if I'm not mistaken. So for Antonio, we don't know much about him since he's a last-minute entry. Although if one of his, if he's part of a big team, he's a good big French name probably. So we'll just have to discover him, and maybe we'll have big surprises, or maybe not big surprises, but just happy surprises for us discovering a new driver that is, and we're actually want to thank him because he's filling in big shoes. Since we had people that dropped out of the league at the last minute, we had to find quality racers, and he's a quality racer, and we would like to thank him for joining the championship, and we're eager to learn about him. Next driver is TX3 Janor. TX3, big international team. You probably know them, Greasy, right?
Definitely seen that team around for sure.
Yeah. So Jason Lefebvre, 26 years old. I raced with him a lot too. Was in the Division 1 before. Another fast Quebec driver. It's going to be, for me personally, it's going to be fun to see which of these 5 Quebec drivers that we have is going to come on top, because these guys are usually pretty much the same speed, so it's going to be fun to see.
Well, Jason finished number 1 for Volkswagen, so that's in the manufacturer series, so that's saying something right there. He's a champion division as well too. He's 8th in the FI GT manufacturers in 2020 and 2021 exhibition series, so he can get up there.
Yeah, very fast. And if TX3 took him in their team, that means he has something to show for. We got one of his teammates, Mr. Petit Petiat.
2021 Hungarian championship top 6, 2022 Hungarian championship top 4, and I can't do that last one.
He's regularly in third split, but if it's third split in Europe, keep in mind that third split in Europe might be as good or even better than first split in North America, because they have a big population and
a lot more driver base out of Europe.
Yeah, exactly, big driver base. He's 17 years young. It's not the youngest that we have, but this is
another baby.
Yeah, they're still babies. So I can't wait to see those young drivers, how they're going to behave on track against those old school dinosaurs.
To have all this technology at that age, back when we were that age, man, oh my gosh.
All right. Another last-minute replacement, Mr. ERM Mehdi, who was replacing for Pista that had to drop because of personal schedule conflicts. So, Greasy, how about him?
His participation in the World Tour in Nissan in 2021, qualified P3 Toyota Cup Europe 2023 series, Manufacturer Exhibition Series 2023. Yeah, he's got some stuff behind him. I can't read that last little bit of that one there.
Oh, he's a winner of the European Manufacturer Season exhibition of 22-23 with
there you go.
So a proud Frenchman driving a French brand.
There you go. I apologize for my inability for French, people.
It's okay.
No.
We're here for English purposes. So
this guy, I've heard, has been setting some pretty fast lap times. I'm not going to say who said it, but this is a name that I'm going to be keeping an eye on here too. So
Yeah,
He's got
Noah Lanuza.
so #1 world record holder. He's second top split win with a 425 points. That's a big haul of points for a top split win in the manufacturers. And top one constructor in Jaguar as well
Yeah.
too. So
Well,
likes his
he's
Jaguar.
16 years
16
old.
years old, yeah.
Yeah, that's the youngest we have with his teammate that we're going to talk about in a few seconds. 16 years old and fastest, one of the fastest in the world. Yeah, he's one of the big name there. And Prima, we know it, big
What
team, international team that deliver. So we're happy
when
to
these
see him.
guys get to that 18-year-old mark, I think you'll see them representing at the World Tour. I think you'll see
Oh
them.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Next in line, Quartz,
Prima
local boy.
Quartz. You know
Yeah,
this guy. I've raced with Quartz lots of times. He's
yeah,
a
me too.
very fast driver. Very
Yeah.
fast.
Well, I've met him like 4 years ago when he was 12 years old. He was already fast. Now he's 16, has matured up a lot, got recruited by Prima. I've raced with him maybe a couple of times in the past months. Super fast, a lot faster than he was when he was 12, of course. And I think he can gain even more speed. He's going to be someone to watch. I would bet that he's on paper, probably the fastest Canadian driver that we have. But we'll have to see about that.
I'd say so. Well,
Yeah,
just look at his little stats there, right there.
yeah,
He underaged qualifier for Mazda for manufacturer. 2023 underaged qualifier for the top 3 in Canada for nations. Like saying that right there, to be able to make it that far and then just have your age limit you at that point.
yeah,
He's gonna go places.
yeah. He would have been there. He would have been on the world tour if it wasn't for that. So he just has to wait 2 years, a year and a half, and he's going to be there. No doubt about it. So we'll have to watch him. He's going to be there for sure. Last teammate, Keanu Devro, Prima Chronos from Belgium.
The 2023 Amsterdam Qualifier World Tour National.
Yeah.
For Belgium?
From Belgium, yeah.
I think that's what it is. So another World Tour qualifier. My gosh, this lineup of drivers is insane. It's stacked.
Yeah, and we're happy here to be able to see them right before us, but right before our eyes in a championship that has been built in Canada. So this international division is going to be super exciting. So we got the combo today, as we said, Supra in Kyoto Yamagiwa.
Mm-hmm.
And for the season to come, there's going to be other combos. We're going to talk about them deeper in the season, of course. But for those who wants to know more about GTCQ, you can Google GTCQ, and you're going to go to gtchampionatquebec.com, and you can see the rule book, the season preview. And for round 2, Greasy, the dates are a little bit random compared to the regular season, which is usually 2 weeks apart. For round 2, we're going to have the Honda NSX GT500 2008 at Sardinia Road Track. Round 3 will be Mercedes AMG GT3 at Red Bull Ring. This is a track and a combo that I'm really looking forward to, because I'm going to be doing those races too. So I'm discovering what we have as well for that. We're going to have round 3, and you see the dates on the screen right now. We're going to be round 3 with the Lexus SC430 GT500 OA. So another GT500 car from 2008. Very enjoyable car to drive. I really liked it in GT Sport. I haven't quite drove it yet in GT7, so I don't know if it behaves the same, but it's going to be in Suzuka. It's a car that it's fun to run around. It turns well. It hugs to the track. It really sticks to it. Round 5 is going to be the BMW M6 GT3 2016 at Mount Panorama. So this is going to be...
That's a fun one. I finished off a championship driving that car around, and what a blast that car is to drive around that hill.
And you know how I like BMWs as well. So for me, it's one of my favorites to come. And last round, It's going to be a little different. The car is going to be a Group 4 McLaren, the 650 S at Dragon Trail Seaside reverse. We know that Dragon Trail has the chicane of death. It has deadly on one side than the other. But this round has 3 races, and points will be double in the second and third race, as well as the penalty points that we're going to see a little more in a few minutes. So for round 6, 3 races, and second race and third race, points count doubles on one way or the other.
It'd be good. Just want to give a thanks to everybody tuning in and typing into chat there. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. So we got somebody say, Rick, he wants an old guy to win this.
Oh yeah, Rick. Hey Dumo. Hey, nice to see you, Dumo. Yeah, he wants an old guy to win this. Well, what the oldest racer
44, I believe.
is 44, and the
44.
youngest 16. So that's a lot. Points for races today. If you guys want to have a little look at the rule book, you can go on GTCQ, GT Championnat Québec webpage, but we can give you the baselines of it. For the sprint race, the points start for a victory at 14 and drops to 1. There's supposed to be 14 drivers. I think today there's just 13 drivers. That said, for the sprint, that's it. Penalty points are for a black flag, 8 points, for a red flag, 4 points, a yellow flag, well, a yellow card, sorry, I'm saying flag, but it's card. So a black card, 8, red card, 4, yellow card, 2, and green card, 1 point. It's a demerit point, so it's penalty points that are removed from your total on the championship leaderboard. That said, the rules for cards are, they vary, but GTCQ Championship is a very, very clean championship. Unsportsmanlike behaviors are not tolerated. If you push a car off track, you have to wait for him. If you create an incident, you have to wait for the driver. If you don't wait for a driver, it could give you a black card, for instance, plus a red because you pushed him. So that's 12 points off your total at the end of the season. So you really, really have to behave greasy in this championship if you don't want to see your season just fall apart. Even if you got good results, you can lose a championship because you didn't behave properly.
In these long championships, I've found out you really have to be consistent. Sometimes it's not always about finishing first or even second. Sometimes if you come home with consistent thirds all the time, no damage, no issues, you can creep up on these guys that are extra fast, but sometimes make big mistakes. So keeping consistency and keeping it clean is it's key. It's always key. It's so important.
Well, there's a trophy for a gentleman driver. So the driver with the less points, penalty points at the end of the season gets a trophy. So, and that's a good trophy to have because people like to race amongst clean drivers. It's going to be easier if maybe for the second race because of the rolling start, but the grid start for a sprint race, even though there's penalty points, we don't know what's going to happen there, man.
It's interesting. I just saw on the screen pop up here, looks like Killian's already dropped into the 29s. He did a 129.9 there.
Yeah, 21.965. This is
they're going
very,
fast.
very
Mind you,
nice.
they are starting on a half a tank of fuel. They aren't running a full tank of fuel, so the times are a little bit quicker than what they would be on a full tank. So
yeah. Well,
regardless, those are very fast times.
Yeah, they're starting with 50. For the second race, I think this is the same, but I'm not sure. But for the sprint race, it is that. Also, I don't have I think it's 3 liters per second on the refueling, but I'm not quite sure about this too. So the race is about to start in 7 minutes. Well, the first quali. Talk about the Supra, Greasy. Personally, this car, I've raced it a lot in a championship with one of my good friends back in the day. This is a car that is well liked.
And there's a little controversy involving this car too, though, with how dominant it can be in a lot of the racing in Gran Turismo. But I can't hate on it, even though I do it all the time. It's a fast car. It does the job well. It's good on fuel. It's got a lot of torque out of the corners. It's good on the tires. It will kill you if you get up on the curb in the wrong way, though.
Yeah, you can snap oversteer it pretty easily. I remember when I drove it for a whole season, it was easy to save fuel with this car. You can like short
Very
shift it
easily.
sometimes a quarter to two-thirds and have a lot of torque. And that's the thing. Usually in less experienced hands, this car can be a handful, but all these drivers are so good that you know unlike a little mishap, we shouldn't see much of control losses in this race.
If they are, they're going to be in some traffic and going side by side and making moves probably where somebody get a little aggressive and drop a tire, you're done.
Yeah, where do you think we're going to see the most overtaking opportunities in this track?
Ooh. I'm going to
Yeah.
say the corner number 1, possibly the hairpin for sure. This is a tricky track to pass on the, which corner would it be? The downhill left-hander. This is one where you can kind of stuff it up the inside if you get a good run up the hill at a turn 2. You know which corner. You come in nice and slow, trail Blake in, and it just hugs that corner, and you go all the way down the hill into the chicane. I think that's a spot there. Passing into the chicane, it could be done, but it's going to slow everybody down if you do that. So
You're right.
It's a tricky track to pass on.
Yeah, the last corner might be a good spot too, because sometimes people are quite, this chicane before the last corner is hard,
It is. That's an easy one to mess up.
Yeah, you can mess up, and if you're behind somebody, you can prepare yourself to get a faster corner exit and maybe do an overtaking on the last corner, but
that leaves you
don't have
open to the draft.
Yeah, you don't have the draft for the other one because we quite have a long start finish straight. Seriously, one of the original tracks from Gran Turismo that I enjoy the most. They come up with great track layouts. It's not unanimous. Some people don't like this track, but it gives everything. It's a fast-paced track with just a few slow corners to get everything into mix to have a good.
It's a challenging track. I have a lot of fun racing here, but I definitely had a lot of tears racing here too.
All right, so we're going to go to a break before we go to qualification, and then we're going to come back with the hot lap and the race for the first round of this International Division of GTCQ.
Vous aimez sa couleur, ses courbes, son élégance. Mais avec une bosse, votre véhicule est pas mal moins attrayant. Choisissez les professionnels de débosselage direct pour un débosselage sans peinture. Une solution rapide, efficace et écologique qui vous permet de conserver la peinture originale de votre voiture ou votre camion pour une fraction du prix d'un débosselage régulier. Le paiement est pris en charge par vos assurances et vous pouvez même demander une estimation en envoyant une photo de votre véhicule. Débosslagedirect.com à Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, il se déplace partout en Montérégie.
Merci à Douceur au Palais. Douceur au Palais, c'est un blog de cuisine culinaire appétissant. C'est plus de 700 recettes et 4 millions de visiteurs depuis 2010. Une nouvelle recette chaque semaine. Un petit détour vous convaincra. Et pour tous les goûts, Catherine Girard, créatrice. Merci à Groupe Rive-Sud de Barnabé qui réunit des concessionnaires Mazda, Nissan, Kia, Chrysler, à Saint-Jean, Brossard, Boucherville pour vous offrir des centaines de véhicules neufs et usagés adaptés selon vos besoins. Une équipe dévouée à travers tous les départements pour votre satisfaction dans un esprit convivial et familial. Le Groupe Rive-Sud Barnabé est là pour répondre à vos besoins. Passez faire un tour.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are tuning in our respectives share screeners because today we are broadcasting this race, the round 1 of the International Division, live from Kyoto, Yamagiwa. Me and Greasy Sam Squanch, Mr. Joey Wenzel.
Hey.
And we don't have control on the images, so we're going to be describing what our good friends Jazz and Chill are doing on the other side of this broadcast, because we're broadcasting the English version, but there is a French version. If you guys prefer that, you can go wherever you want to enjoy this race, because it's going to be broadcasted in both languages, which is a brand new thing for GTCQ. And we're about to start soon, so me and Greasy, we're having fun watching races. So far, we have done international competitions, which was called the GT Fusion. This is new for us, a little shorter racing, but we're going to enjoy it as much. Last time around, before summer break. Unfortunately, Greasy wasn't here with me. Greasy, you missed a great race at Le Mans. And I would like to thank our good friend, Mr. The Slender Churro, Mr. Darren Brady, who filled in for you, filled in your big shoes, and described the race with me. So, see, hello, Mr. Darren Brady.
Mr. Churro. I haven't talked to Churro in a while. I miss Churro.
He's
you,
doing
Churro.
great. I can tell you this, and he just texted us, and I think he's coming to see the race. He's probably going to be on the live. We'll keep an eye on the live. You can talk to us if you want. You can ask us questions. We'll be answering at the best of our knowledge.
I'll try and keep
So
up with the
far,
chat the best I can.
yeah. So far, Killian has a 129.965. It's the fastest we have seen. We have Prima Quartz and Medi, but we don't have Medi's time because it's not the fastest. But we see that the difference between Medi, Quartz, and Samuel is marginal in 10 hundredths of a second. But Quartz is pushing it in practice and he's losing it on track. So, but it's time to push, Greasy. It's time to see the limits of your car before the race starts, because
I
otherwise you
agree.
won't be able to. If you find it during the race, you're gonna pay the hefty price.
That's for sure. This track, if you do get out of control, it will bite you in the butt. You get on that grass, you go sliding off. It's going to be hard to recover from that one. I don't have anything to watch on my screen at the moment right now, so
Well, you can watch on our
It's-
our broadcast
it
spectacle
looks
that
like
we have here. Although we talked about the corners that we might see some overtakings. On the other part, the dangerous parts of this track, personally, if you happen to go too wide in the first corner, someone has to lift off before the S's going uphill in order not to lose too much time.
agreed completely. But with some of these drivers, they would have the capability to go up there side by side if anybody was going to try to do it. But yes, it would definitely slow you down and put you on the back foot. But if you're doing it at the front, you're the cork in the bottle. So
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see.
At,
That'd
at,
be
at the
interesting.
front, I would stick it side by side. Well, you know how we both enjoy side by side racing. It's doable, especially with the soft tires, slower cars as well. These cars, if we see a side by side there, the only issue is that you might also um, have a contact between three drivers and send one off track either on the right or on the left, and the barriers are quite close to the track at this particular moment, so you might break your car. Another part that is that we might see some off track ventures is, well, after the first sector, that long left sweeper before the downhill second sector. Some people are taking it very fast, but they quite misjudge it, and they can go wide on the right or even clip the rumble strip and make a spin.
Yeah, that's true. And this one will spit you back out onto the track too, with the barriers being so close too. So drivers behind, if the ghosting isn't on point, you better watch for cars coming back onto track. But I think we're not going to see a lot of people going off here. This level of drivers is this big. It's a
Yeah,
big
I
list.
agree with that. Oh, we have an uninvited guest on
Oh,
the in
somebody's
the
sneaking
lobby
in
right now.
here,
Yeah,
dragging Danny.
yeah, I think things can happen like that in a
Hey, what's
lobby
up,
because,
Churro?
oh, yes,
Churro's
sir.
in chat.
All
He's
right.
here. He's watching.
Yeah. A good friend of us, Churro. As we said, he helped us with the last broadcast. I'm sure he would love to be with us today. We might work something out for later rounds. He might come and give us his
Sometimes,
his two
sometimes a
cents.
three-way can be fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I've done it before with actually Jazz and Chill, which are doing the French version right now. I came in as a invited analyst. That was my first experience for GTCQ. Enjoyed it. You just describe what you see, give your 2 cents. It's always fun. I encourage anybody that wants to do this to try it out because it's a blast. And
Like it.
yeah, I just can't wait to see the race start, man. I'm
I
excited
agree. I'm
about that.
I'm enjoying to see that Killian's livery there.
Yeah, pretty
The car
nice,
is
huh?
Supra. Pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know if well, does he have any teammates in there? No, but I don't know if it's
No,
a team thing or it's just a personal thing. Uh,
it's
and
just a drivers' championship, not a team championship involved in this one.
it's a drivers' championship, but they are teammates. And speaking of which, do you think we could see? Well, maybe not at the start, but as the season grows, we might see some teamwork, especially from the GTCQ guys, because
Yeah,
this local team is really, how can I say that? They're tight together. They help each other. They're the fastest team in the province, hands down. They got the fastest drivers. They're good drivers, and they got always that teamwork purpose in their mind. And I remember that because last year Fazdan was leading the championship, and he helped his teammate Mr. MSP3. You might know MSP3.
oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, so MSP3 is in that team too, and he helped them get the runner-up spot. So yeah, GTCQ definitely going to do a little teamwork later on. We got TX3, and they got the Prima guys. The Prima guys,
Yep.
we have seen them in the GT Fusion. Remember any teamwork there?
I don't
No.
remember any team orders there. That last one though, they're pretty cut and dry races near the end of it there, from what I remember. It was the first race where everybody was figuring out the tire wear and all that, where it was a little more chaotic. But
Yeah. Well, tire wear is nowhere near what it was in our last broadcast. Like, there's no multiplier like times 14 or 15. Um,
Ooh, I get to
although
see on track now. I can see cars.
nice. So I got eyes on Janol right now.
Yes.
TX3 Janol. I don't know for you. And
Pepiet.
yeah,
Just scrolling through right now.
yeah. I
Just
don't have the
looking for no
telemetry so far, but our our producers here, they're well oiled. They're a well oiled team. They got lots of experience, so they're going to provide us with all the infos that we
There's
need.
definitely a lot going on behind the scenes, so thank you to everybody behind the scenes for this one. It
Yeah,
takes a lot to get these things going.
yeah. Let me thank our producer Guillaume from Custom Motor. That he's in the booth right now for us doing exceptional work. And this is really nice that we can have someone like him because it's less stressful for us to produce we couldn't do it without him actually. So we have the nice job here just to be able to sit down and describe some good racing on Sunday. Especially today, there was no Formula One race. All right. So that said, we're really a few minutes or maybe just a few seconds.
I have a question, and I have a question. Because everything is just French on my screen, the CRT, what does that stand for the tires?
It's it's
Tenders is soft? So
it's
T?
soft. It's actually
Okay, stop.
racing. And you know what? I think they
See, I'm
are in
learning.
their hot lap because there's no quali for a hot lap. There's no quali like time allowed. So they are in their hot lap if I'm not mistaken.
They're definitely moving.
I haven't seen the text, but so far, first in line is Jane. So he's going to be the reference time.
Ooh, getting a little slidey coming out of the corner on the power hard. These cars, you got to get into that throttle so linear and nice. If you stab it, it'll light them up.
Was that Quartz? Because I saw him wiggle a little bit.
No, that was Jaynord.
Okay, Dave has a half a sec penalty, so his quali is probably is done unless somebody crashes. Unfortunate for Dave.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Jaina crossing the line. A 131.3.
Tires are warming up. 130.6 from Quartz coming in.
Yeah.
Anybody gonna better Quartz? Quartz is quick.
Oh,
Guys,
yeah.
Quick. Quartz still holding it.
In third. Oh, no. That's a statement.
No, with the 30.4. 30.2 from Killian comes through. Of course. Killian. Wow. It shows why he is gone to the World Tour and dominating.
Yeah.
That's exciting,
like he didn't even break a sweat. Oh, Mehdi. ERM. So we can look at that. We got and Antonio maybe can be
Times are
second
so
time.
close. These
Wow.
French guys. Oh my gosh.
Goodness. All right.
Wow.
Look at that.
Top 4: Killian, Antonio, Medi, and Nono.
And
All
first
within
Canadian
what is that, 100th of a second?
You got between fourth, you got 129 thousandths of a second. Fifth,
Yeah.
I think they're, except maybe for the last positions. Okay, so it goes to seventh position to have 1 second apart, and they probably had a bad lap.
Yeah. Wow. Fast times, close times. This is going to be a good one. So you have 2 teammates though sitting 2 and 3. So maybe they'll work together to try and make that cork in the bottle. And they'll have to work together to not let Killian get away, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, Killian made a statement. Medi had a great time too. They're so close together that I don't, unlike the fact that we know that Killian is like probably on paper the fastest driver here, that the difference is marginal. So
anything can happen though, even to these top guys. They're all human. We call them aliens, but they're still humans. And they do make mistakes every once in a while. Sometimes, especially with funds in the pot, sometimes you may do something that you wouldn't normally do that's a little more risky, that could cost you.
Would you actually go with traction control for a start with this car, or
on a rolling start? On a rolling start.
This one is going to be a.
There's no need for traction control with this one on a standing start. This thing is a dog off the line. You can rev the beans out of it, and it barely spins the tires.
Lights on, everybody, for round 1, GTCQ International. Lights out, and the race is on at Kyoto Yamagiwa.
All getting away okay so far. Don't see anybody with traction control on at this moment. I wouldn't think we'd see it with this level of drivers.
You're right about that. They're all in a single file in the first turn, so no too wide so far, which is good for the next S's.
They need to get that. They need to work together to get up to Killian there and possibly try and make a move either into that chicane or in. Ooh, there was a big crash there between.
Oh yeah, Fast Dan and Jaynord. Oh wow, no, they're big accident there. Damage for
he tried to go around him
as well.
Kind of got pinched out there. I just caught the last little bit of that one.
Yeah, we have a replay here. So Jaynord lost control and squeezed. I think that was Fast Dan in everything happening so fast. Squeezed him in the wall, lost control. Maybe got a little help. We'll have.
Kronos with a big spin, and he's off coming out of the chicane up over the hill. He's coming back on now. Dropped right down to 13th place. Oof, big mistake.
We got also a penalty in the midfield. So yeah, Kronos will probably see his penalty. Oh, you're right. You were right, man.
Looked like he got up on that curb. I'm telling you, that curb will send you for a ride.
He has a little bit of damage, but he didn't lose that much. He's back in contention.
I believe
it's contention for positions, but still.
Is it Medi that has the penalty, I believe?
Medi has a half-second penalty. Okay. He's gonna have to get it right now.
Look at that line of Supras. Pretty.
So far, an eventful first lap. We thought it would be clean from the get-go because there were single file, but after the chicanes, stuff happened. First contact, and the second parts of the S's brought us another little crash.
What is it? I believe it's Cart that might be right on the back of somebody's bumper. I can't really tell from this angle.
You got Quartz behind Cart 99. He's right there. Oh, making an aggressive move. Quartz in the inside at the fast left sweeper between the first and the second sector, and he got the position.
And he gets through. Well done. Nice pass.
Oh wow, yeah. Not only that, he put a car length between him and Cart 99. So Quartz, very aggressive move, very clean, nicely done. They're coming at the U-turn, so they're pacing themselves. We see a little train right now. I don't see in the midfield what's going on, but in the up front, you got Killian, with a few car lengths on Antonio SK. Even him and a few car lengths on Samyo. and Medi is coming back from his penalty.
Yeah, I think things are starting to space out a little bit between these top guys, but Samuel got up there and disturbed the positions.
Yeah. Well, Medi will want to get that third podium position, or maybe he has to go over Samuel to in order to be able to attack. Maybe
he's looking pretty racy here on Samuel as we speak.
Yeah, I think this is the thing to watch. Oh, we got a 2 wide with Janor and Fazdan. Well, these two were involved in the first crash that we saw. Let's see what happened there. So
Janor right on the back of Fazdan.
Yeah, maybe Fazdan waited for him for something that happened earlier, because I didn't see Fazdan doing anything particularly dangerous or making a mistake.
Well, Fazdan down in 11th, 7.7 seconds behind Killian. That's quite the gap after 3 laps.
Yeah, well, he was involved in that crash, so he will recover. He's right behind Janor, so these guys lost a lot. Samuel's still in third in the meantime, and look at the train that is creating right behind him. There's a triple battle for third position.
Yeah, it's looking like a good one. The top 2 guys look like they're spread out, kind of taking off.
Yeah, and Nono's behind Medi, so the 2 Frenchmen right behind Samuel. Oh, a bit large on the exit of the last corner for Nono. That's dangerous.
Yeah, I found if you leave it in, if you go down to second gear in there, it revs it up pretty quick. You can spin the tires. If you keep it third gear and you go into it nicely, you can get a good run out of that last corner. Here
Samuel under attack.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He's
going
very
into
under
the
attack.
S's. Medi's right behind him. Can't he try it at the left sweeper? That long left-hander. Samuel protecting a little bit, getting back on the racing line, and Medi's making a move.
For it. Oh, they touch. Touch. They touched a little bit there. He kind of pushed him out, but I'd say that's kind of just a racing incident there. I wouldn't.
Yeah, personally, that's racing, and Nono's going to take advantage of that loss of pace.
Yes, he is.
Ooh, inside at the S's. So Samuel losing 2 positions, but aggressive on the relaunch.
Well, Medi back up to third.
Exactly.
The status quo has been restored at the top from what we started.
On the outside at the airpin. Hard move to pull out. Still Samuel right behind Nono, right in his bumper. Can he make it? Can he make it through here at the last corner, or maybe placing himself to do that little draft overtake at the first corner?
Definitely moving, that's for sure. So 4 seconds up to Killian from Nono.
Yeah, after 4 laps, going to 5th, Killian first, Antonio Eskin second, and Medi third. So friends back on the podium, and Nono in 4th position. We got Samuel and Quartz, 2 Canadian drivers in 5th and 6th. And look at Fazdan right behind Janor.
He wants to get by. He wants to make up for that little mistake.
Yeah.
It's so hard to pass around here, though. It's really tricky with the amount of speed you're carrying. It's tricky. And the more they battle, the more the rest of them get away. So this is tricky.
I'm going to try to see also the tire wear. Fazdan a little bit in the grass, didn't lose it, so no harm done there. Janor right behind Cart, so Cart creating a little, how can I say, a little blockade here. Maybe going slower than Dan and Janor. We'll see that in a few seconds if it plays out.
It was looking like he could have potentially gone for a move into that hairpin there, but I don't have it on screen right now.
I do have them on screen. So Janor right in Cart's bumper, Fazdan right behind him. Quartz is right behind Samuel as well. So
Samuel just had a moment coming out of that last corner. He got it pretty sideways.
Yeah, we got a lot to look at. There's a few battles on track right there, especially in the midfield.
So we have Antonio. He's got Killian within a second now. He's within slipstream range. So Killian's not going to be getting away that easily.
Well, I didn't think so, but as I said, on paper he's the fastest. But he's got an international grid of drivers. Just wants to prove himself against a champion.
Exactly. Keep an eye on those tire wears. That right front is starting to wear out. I'd be curious to see are they allowed to run brake balance in this?
I think they are.
I'd be curious to see what they're running for brake balance in this one, because that right front is getting worn out pretty decently. Looks like Antonio has a little bit of better tire wear than Killian on that right front.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So when he's going to change, I'll be able to see Antonio closing up.
I don't think the tires would be a huge issue.
No, there's not much of a difference here, and there's like 5 laps left or 5.5. So it will be more in the secondaries that we're going to see tires come into play, especially how they manage to how many laps are they going to do, what tire compound are going to choose from the get-go. Java Kart 88 just went a little wide at the last chicane, permitting Janol to close a little bit. He's in the draft. Oh, okay, that is hard coming out of the last turn. Almost lost it.
Killian's using that inside curb on the first corner to help himself get around it. If you hook your tire right on that corner, it can really kind of hustle you around the corner in an unusual way. Exploiting some of the little quirks about Gran Turismo. That's why they're top fast guys. They find every inch.
They know how to do that. That's the thing I need to get better at. So how far is Antonio from Killian? Do you think we can see something happening at the end?
I don't have a time slot right now. My camera's on pet yet right now.
I got Quartz right beside Samyo. They're behind Prima Nono, but Prima Nono has nothing to be worried about because as we speak, Samyo has Quartz in his mirrors, and Quartz will not want to stay there. He will try something before the end of the race. I can assure you that.
100% he will. That's one thing we were talking about earlier with Quartz. He's being so young. He's very aggressive sometimes, and the more patience he has, the further it'll take him, I think.
Probably, but he's got the speed to build himself.
He's got that want.
Yeah. So
he's got that drive to make for the pass and go for it. So just kick back a little bit, and when that time comes, throw it up the inside
Dave
or
with
whatever.
a 1-second penalty in 11th position. That's going to cost him a lot.
Things are heating up between 1 and 2 right now. Looks like Antonio's putting the pressure on Killian. He's almost a half a second behind him now. So he has started to amp up the pressure. I wonder if he's saved enough. I don't know if the fuel is going to be an issue on this 10-lap one. It doesn't look like it.
As I can see, they got plenty. Just trying to figure out if Killian is just pacing himself not to do any mistakes, or is he slower right now than Antonio. And for those who are seeking an extra position, there's 3 laps left. So at this stage of the race, Greasy, you kind of try just to figure out like what can you get, what is doable, what is not, and how can I play my cards to get the best result and not jeopardize what I already got.
That's exactly it. Mehdi just about did that coming through the chicane. He dropped the tire pretty deep, and he nearly almost caught a penalty on the exit of the chicane.
Fast Dan as well went a little wide in the grass, almost lost it.
Quartz with a 1-second penalty.
Oh, that is not good for his intentions.
No, that's going to be... he should be okay and be able to retain his spot. The next spot behind him, I think he'll be all right. It'll be close. He may lose the spot, but I think he will retain that position even with that penalty.
Perhaps, but Sam is going to have a little breathing room, so he will be happy about this.
Batista right on the back of Kronos as well.
So Quartz is now in what we call no man's land. So what kind of battle can we watch right now on track? Everybody seems to be pretty far apart.
Like to see what the first and second place are doing is what I'd like to see here.
Can he get closer? Can he get the slipstream to his advantage?
Oh, Killian's pulled it back out again. He had it closer, but
They were at 6/10. Now they're at almost 9/10. I think the draft range with this car is 8/10, if I'm not mistaken.
The
Gracie,
dirty
correct me
air
if I'm...
will, yeah, it's right around that 8/10. The dirty air will definitely play a part. I found with these GR3 cars, right when you get in that 0.8 range, right where he is, it's hard to get closer into that one and stay there. The closer you get, the less you get interfered with the dirty air. But when you're in that second 0.8 area back, it really messes with the front end of the car.
Agreed.
He is pulling him in though. It's
Yeah.
kind of staying that 0.7, 0.8. It's close. I think these guys are probably thinking, you know what? Maybe we'll just settle in here unless somebody makes a mistake, take the 1-2 and just be smart about things.
Exactly. Well, as you said earlier, consistency is the key. And, you know, a second position, in a division like this, as you said, you never know what's going to happen. J-Nall with a 1-second penalty, by the way. So penalties, there's a lot of them. We have seen some crashing, and something can happen to the best drivers regardless of their intentions or skills, because they might be involved in something that they didn't instigate.
Exactly.
So last lap,
Killian, something must have happened to Antonio, or Killian just put his foot down because he's moving now.
yeah, he's 1 second.
Maybe Antonio just realized what
maybe Antonio's listening to us, and he's listening to the voice of reason, not jeopardizing a great second place for a first race like this. And if I'm not mistaken, Antonio he's our last minute replacement driver, so that's
we did not know and do work like that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's quick.
We said we didn't know about him. Now we know about him. He's quick.
Now, do they get any points for fastest lap? Because we've got many.
They do. Yeah, I forgot to mention it. You got an extra point for a fast lap in either of the races. So those are really important.
Those little points can add up. They definitely can.
Yeah, it can make the difference. I won a Derby championship by 2 points at the end because of fast laps. So you never know. They
were pretty close on fuel there.
You're right.
They were. Here he comes. Killian across the line for the win. Antonio second place. Mehdi recovers and gets back up to third. Nono in fourth. Samuel in fifth. Quartz in sixth. Petiat in seventh.
You got it.
And Giova in eighth. And that's all I can see on my board
I got Fast Dan in ninth. J-Nall in 10th. Dave in 11, Kronos in 12, and Prek Autista in 13. Unfortunate race for Dave and Fast Dan. They were involved in accidents. Congrats to Mr. Killian.
Congratulations. Killian Drummond.
Killian, yeah. I'm going to say it in French. Killian Drummond. Woo!
Fast drivers. These guys are quick. So this next race is going to be a great one. A lot longer.
All right.
All three tires. We got some pit stops. This is going to be good.
Yeah, ice is broken. First race of the season. First sprint race of the season. So as we said, Killian, Antonio, Mehdi, Primo Nono, Samuel, and Quartz, top 6. Petit Petiat in 7. Jova Kart in 8th position. You got their best lap is, fastest lap is 130.5.
I got the rest of them. I got Fast Dan in 9th with 131.3. And then we got J-Ron in 10th. Dave in 11th, and Kronos in 12th, and Autista down in 13th.
The best lap difference, you got 130 for the fastest lap. I don't know for the least fastest lap, for the last position, what you got on your side.
132.2. So he's a good 2 seconds off the pace of those top guys there. That's a killer. But they got some stiff competition. You got some real stiff competition in this one. The only way you get faster is drive with guys that are better.
Exactly. You can look at what they do. And try to mimic whatever they done in their race. This was a sprint race, though, so no tires involved or anything like. Well, no tire change involved or no fuel consumption. Now, next race, we're going to see more events like that, pit strategies, fuel consumption, and everything. This will come into play. Like you said, 132.2. That was the slowest of the fastest laps in the grid. Some big names had issues, incidents, penalties, so we might see something different. Also, there's another fast lap that will happen before this 30 lap race, which is going to be a little longer, of course. Well, three times what we've seen. So far, fight wise, the best overtaking I've seen was, I think, Quartz's on the right, fast left hander. I was not sure he was going to pull it out, maybe a contact or something, but no, he really put the car there, took the curve, and got the position clean and fast.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of passing going on there from what I saw near the front of the pack there. It was there a lot of close racing, but this track is so hard to pass on. So hopefully in this next run with the different tire compounds, we'll see a little bit of mixture of who's taking what off the start, and it'll stir things up a little bit and make us super confused until the last pit stop, and then we'll know what's going on.
Exactly, because since we can't control the screen very much, if we want to know who started on hards and maybe somebody at the back of the field will just take advantage of starting there, do one lap on hards, or just a few, change for mediums or soft for that matter, and do a lot of clean laps on a softer compound to be able to drive in clean air and then come at do it in some sort of an undercut. So we're really in the unknown right here. We're discovering this new pattern as as well as you do right now on the live. We have Dumo, which is still there, not writing much. Dumo, you can talk to us if you want. We'll read every once in a while. And we're going to go to a short publicity break and talk about the second race when we come back. Thanks for
Merci
staying
à
with us.
Mafo Conseil, un cabinet CPA spécialiste en optimisation d'entreprise qui a été nommé lauréat local à titre d'entrepreneur qui offre des services aux PME. Notre expertise en finance nous permet d'analyser et de formuler un plan d'action adapté à vos objectifs. Notre rôle est d'évaluer toutes vos options et d'une façon individualisée vous permettre de prendre les meilleures décisions. C'est Mafo Conseil CPA. Notre équipe est disponible en ligne et à nos bureaux. Contactez-nous pour une première rencontre. Merci à IGA Famille Jodoin, une équipe dynamique et à l'écoute qui veut le meilleur service pour sa clientèle, le plaisir de mieux manger, un supermarché accessible à tous qui offre des produits locaux et de qualité. IGA Famille Jodoin a fait peau neuve pour vous donner le meilleur en termes de qualité de produits et de services. C'est votre famille, c'est votre supermarché. Le premier à Saint-Hyacinthe, c'est IGA Famille Jodoin. Merci à RMF Mini Excavation, entièrement dévoué à la satisfaction de sa clientèle. RMF Mini Excavation se fait un point d'honneur avec un service hors pair. L'équipe de RMF Mini Excavation est à votre écoute et nous avons l'expertise afin de vous conseiller judicieusement pour concrétiser vos idées d'excavation et de terrassement. Pour tout projet, à Belleuil, Montérégie, à proximité, 514-647-4670.
Welcome back. You are watching GTCQ Championship International Division Round 1. Me, Guletsky, alongside me, Mr. Greasy Sam Squatch, François Goulet, Joey Wenzel. That's our real names, but you might know us with our Gran Turismo nicknames. We just got out of a publicity break for our sponsors that we would like to thank. This division is sponsored. Our principal sponsor is JT Tuning, a company involved in industrial and agricultural businesses to improve the power and also resolving issues regarding anti-pollution. Thank you, Mr. Jimmy Turcotte, for sponsoring this division. We're back for the second race of this event. The long race, we just happened to do the sprint race, which was quite eventful. I'm just logging to see my good friend Jass's screen to be able to watch the second race. We're about to do a hot lap in order to qualify for this race, which is going to be, Greasy, 30 laps.
It'd be a good one. All tires required, so pit stops aren't too long here. The refueling rate isn't super fast, but it's definitely not set up high, so refueling will take a little bit of time.
All right.
Be interesting to see what kind of strategies these guys come up with on a 30-lap race. they go one lap on the hards, who knows? I have no idea how this one's going to play out. We did see that the softs did push to about 10 laps, a little bit more, so.
Yeah, they can do around, well, if you can do like 10 to 12 laps with soft, you know, if you pace yourself a little bit, because these guys, they didn't pace themselves. They were, full bore for 10 laps. Tires were still quite nice. I think after a 12 lapper, you can pit. That means that on the medium, you can probably do the rest. So we'll probably see one lappers on the hards, and depending on your quality position, that's probably what's going to justify your choice of compound for the
We'll
start
mix
of the race.
things up for sure. Thank you again to everybody who's tuning in and watching with us. We got here somebody saying, Dumoulin, where's the Suzuki Swift? You know where it is. If there was Suzuki Swift, I'd be in this race. You know this. Thank you all for tuning in. Remember to hit that like, hit that subscribe if you're new.
Oh yeah, you got more text than I did, because I had the live, but it was on pause, so I thought, yeah, nobody's writing anything. No,
No, we
here.
definitely got some people in there. What's up, Island? Got a few people coming over from my channel. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, Greasy's got a good YouTube channel. Tune in. He's streaming his races, and he's talking while he's doing it. So
trying to, Andy. I just basically make a fool of myself while I'm driving. So come on and join us. We have a laugh. Greasy Sam Squanch on YouTube.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we're here. The next race will start in a few minutes. We're enjoying a little break between the races. So shortly, first race, Greasy, we have seen lots of pace, lots of errors, penalties. We have seen a few incidents. And what else?
Well, I think they're just getting their little bit of nervous jitters out of them. Even these top guys, you get that little nervous feeling going into these races. So now they're their heart rates have calmed down. They're ready for the big race. And you just got to keep it on track. It's like we've been saying here, it's hard to pass around here. You really have to keep your pace up. Otherwise, you lose a ton of time. Yeah.
Would you start on the hard compound if you were like mid-grid, or
yeah,
it's a
I
rolling
think I
start.
probably
You won't
would.
have that. Yeah, you won't have that, like, you know.
I think if I was to do this one and I was middle of the field, like that's 5th, 6th, 7th place, I would probably take the mediums and run them a distance and then jump on the hards for the middle and then the softs for the end. If I was way down in the back, I'd definitely be getting on the hards right away and getting them out of the picture as soon as possible, because either way, it's going to get you out of that dirty air, get you out of traffic. So we may see things space out for this race, and then right at the end, it'll all come back together with people running other people down, unless they all somehow pick the same strategy, which is possible.
I doubt that they're going to do that. They really are gonna. They're going to take. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of different strategies here, and this is what's fun about this new, this new format. Because back in the day, like last year, GTCQ Championship, we had 2 races with the same amount of laps, just that the first race had a 10-minute quali and the second race had a hot lap. Now it's 2 hot laps for a quali per race. Well, 1 hot lap, per race, and then you got the sprint race and the long race. And with this 3-tire, the mandatory tire compound for the long race, that brings a wild card that we haven't seen in this championship so far. And I think they're talking about this for Formula One, Greasy. Obligating the teams to use the 3 compounds in a race to bring a little more show.
I think it's a good idea because it adds so much more ability to change your strategy if you want to. It opens the door to maybe make a move from the back with a big undercut and make your time up on some people, or do whatever. There's more things you can work with instead of just doing the cut and dry, make it to lap blah, put this much fuel in blah, change tires blah, and then go. This one's going to be fun. I'm really hoping to see a lot of different strategies on this one. I hope so.
All right, and I would love to see the faster drivers start at the rear because they have maybe a less good quali lap. We have seen the top 4 of the last race was all by Frenchmen. So you had Kilian, Antonio, and I think the 3rd position was Mehdi, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, correct.
Mehdi.
And then No in 4th for that one. Yeah, it was...
Yeah, that is our top 3 for the first race. after this race, stay tuned because we're gonna have them in the interview. They're gonna go on the French channel first, and then they will come here if they we're about to start the quali, and if we do it in French because they don't speak English, I'll be happy to translate it for you after the fact. So the guys are getting back on track. They have the room resetted. We're about to start that fast one lapper to determine the grid for the long race. So 30 laps, fuel consumptions times 2, tire wear times 3, 3 compounds mandatory, rolling start. This is also a new feature. We haven't seen a rolling start in the GTCQ championship so far, at least since I've been in it. So, okay, they're doing the second reset, and we're about to go on track. So, Greasy, do you think Killian can win this second race as easily as he won the first one?
I think so. I'm going to say yes. Although Mehdi was able to drop down there in that he had a moment and I think a penalty as well too, and
Yeah.
he was able
Yes,
to
he
work
did,
his
yeah.
way back up. So Mehdi's somebody to watch out for as well too. Quartz can perform. There's so many big names in this one, but Killian, he's felt the pressure of the big show.
Yeah.
He's had the most immense pressure you could possibly have behind the wheel playing this game. So him sitting at home in his own house, I think it'll be cool as a cucumber. I think it'll be fine.
I like it. As we saw in the first quali, I think Janor is the first one out of the pits for his lap, or maybe not. I
see Quartz out first on my
now
screen,
too.
but
Yeah, my mistake. And there are in their out lap so far. So
I'd like to see an on board with Killian. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, but look at the train. Okay, now they're kind of spacing them. I'm looking at the track right now. The blue arrows. And do you think some people are going to try to take advantage of the draft, or because
I was just thinking the same thing? If they are going to go for a slipstream, the one thing that's tricky about that one, it can definitely help on that straight, especially the start-finish straight, and up the hill. But if you're too close up the hill, you're going to get washed out by dirty air. So
that's right.
It's I don't know if I would go for a slipstream or not. I don't think I would.
Well, Dave is really close to Prima Nono. I think this is what he might have tried to do.
Yeah, they look like they're all pretty spaced out decently to me.
Yeah, at this stage, the distance Dave has on Nono is too great to have the draft, and if he would have been closer, he would have that dirty air that you and I don't like quite much.
It definitely affects the way your car drives for sure, especially with these high-speed corners. You need that downforce on the front end for sure.
Certainly. So we're about to have a reference time in about 30 seconds. Quartz, which is a fast driver, is going to give us a good, as I would say, a good impression of what's to come. But Petit Petiat has a 1 second penalty, so his qualification is down the drain. Fazdan is right behind him, so I mean nothing is gonna come out of that. And Quartz just negotiated the last corner.
See what he comes across the line with.
Yeah, right now with a 130.8. Not bad, not bad. No, with a 6.
30.6. That's not too bad. I think
we're gonna have penalty
coming across pretty soon.
Yeah. Oh, Killian!
What have you done here? Killian is coming across the line. Is he getting there?
Nope.
He's not
second so far. Yeah, I think he has like 28 thousandths of a second. I have to look it back.
So close.
Mehdi in fourth.
Mehdi
in fourth. Still in third.
We got a Canadian that broke it. We got a Canadian up in third. Let's go. Let's go, Canada.
And then, Antonio!
Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon.
Yeah, you spoke too soon. Look at that.
Commentator's curse. Sorry, Quartz. I apologize, buddy.
Never do this again for the sake of our young friend. So yeah, so
Look at how
in
close
first.
these times are, though. Oh
This
my
is
gosh.
crazy. Look, that's what I said. Killian is 29 thousandths of a second in third to Nono. So this is insane. Quartz just like 2/10 off, so not big. Medi right there. Look at the difference, 9 thousandths of a second.
So close. Times are
Yeah.
so close.
Fast Dan in 6th, Samuel in 7th, Giovanni, Cart 99 in 8th. We got Dave in 9th, Prima Kronos after that in 10th position, Precautista who wants to do better than the first race for sure in 11th. It might have had a penalty here. Petit Petiat. Look, they're choosing their tire compound right now.
Yes, they are. What are
Yeah,
they
they
going
have to do that now. So what they have to do, they do their lap, they get back in the pits, and they have to come out the pits, go to the first sector, and the host is just putting the grid together just to make sure that everything sticks.
Now, question for you. Okay, never mind. That just answered my question there. D is a hard tire.
Yeah, D
French,
is hard. Yeah.
Just so if
'cause,
anybody else
our-
doesn't know, D is hard, T is soft, and what would be medium?
A medium, moyen. It's the same. It's
So
M.
just be an M as well then. Okay.
Yeah, it's an M because I do play my game. I do play Gran Turismo in English, and I got my speeds in miles. They have them in kilometers per hour, so that's the thing that when you play with somebody, you gotta go with. Let's say you play with Americans, they count, and well, we're both Canadian. When we play with Americans, I don't know if your Gran Turismo is in miles or kilometers. Mine is in miles.
When it comes down to tuning, you gotta have it in miles per hour if you're with a team of Americans.
Exactly.
Doing the
So,
conversion sucks.
Exactly. So look, there's a lot of people on the hard compound.
I can't
Like
see
Killian is on
anything on mine.
mediums. Killian on medium, Quartz on mediums. I'm just trying to figure it out here. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera, but it's important. Antonio on mediums as well. So I think we won't see anybody starts on the soft compound. I don't know for Nono, but people at the end are starting on hards, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do just that one lapper. Look, and they're all going to the first sector in order to get their time registered. So,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you don't do
oh look,
that. you
Killian
can-
in third, and we got a young and aggressive Quartz behind him.
Killian's starting on the mediums, it looked like there.
Yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen here. We might see we might see Quartz want to take advantage of Killian being stuck behind two other Frenchmen. And when I say stuck, not that much. Okay, everybody's fast here, but we know that he can deliver speed, and this might be giving opportunities to any other drivers to thread the needle.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We
fast
know
Dan
he
and
can.
yes, yeah.
We know he can lead a race and drive away. Can he start a little bit back and work his way up and take the lead?
Well, also, like if you see let's say you see a driver like Quartz, which is really not far, is in fourth, take advantage of a mishaps up front and take the lead of this race. He can easily keep it by defending, smart defending, and people, if they're fighting behind, they're going to lose some times, and Quartz can maybe build a gap. So we really don't know where we're going to see in this race, and we're pretty excited to discover. So for those who just joined, welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. You're
Looks like
watching the
people
International Division.
shared our stream everywhere. Thank you, Dumoulin.
Yeah,
Let's get some
thank
more
you,
people
man.
in here watching.
Much appreciated, Dumo. So this is the second race of round one, the International Division of the GTCQ. This is a first. This is history in the making. And
Big prize funds, big
Yeah.
names, fast drivers. This is fun. This is
great
good.
combos. The best broadcasters in the world.
You know it. Jimmy Broadbent coming for you.
We want to say hi to Jazz and Chill, which are doing the French version of this broadcasting on the other GTCQ channel. Thank you for Guillaume in the booth, our producer, which is doing an awesome job providing you with all those images and our little, we're right here on the screen. We can describe it. So you see us and you see the race at the same time. We would like to thank our sponsors, especially JT Tuning. You got Douceur au Palais, Débosselage Direct, IGA Famille Jodoin. I'm maybe missing a few, but thanks everybody for sponsoring this division and tuning in here. We're going to have a blast seeing that first long race of the season, this new format, including a sprint race, which we have just done, and then this longer race with the 3 compounds, pit stops.
This one is a little bit changed with the fuel. You only have
I think they start with 55 instead of 50. So I remember now. I translated the rules, so I'm supposed to be able to remember.
Fuel consumption's ×2 on this one, and tires ×3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So starting with 55 liters, not much more than the 50 you had.
That's stopping around that 10 lap mark, going by that first.
Well, they were in the red. So let's say instead of just going full bore because they were revving it up, if you rev at, let's say, midpoint, you can probably do, I would say, up to 15. That's my projection.
Yeah,
I'm in the unknown.
Yeah, I'd say between that, you're going to want to be paying. It depends on how much time loss there is when the tires wear out at that point. If you're on the softs and they start dropping off a huge amount once they get half worn or whatever, then it might be a good idea to change out. But yeah, I'd be curious to see how long these tires last and how well they can treat them and keep them working for them.
Yeah, I'm just restarting my screen share because they have a little delay. They have to redo the grid manually. So we're going to be starting maybe in 2 or 3 minutes time, and everybody has to green check before that. So yes, fuel consumption, 55 liters to start with. As we said in the pre-race show, this car is easy to save fuel with. You can, if you're in traffic, I would actually recommend that you short shift the most you can. The only downside to short shifting like that is if you're counting on your fuel map numbers to manage your fuel your fuel
it does it by your driving style. So if you can have the ability to under fuel if you are short shifting, go in for a pit, fuel up to the diamond, and then you go out and start revving it'll change and you won't have enough fuel. So.
There's also, well, if you're on the soft tires though, if you start on mediums and let's say you start on mediums, you short shift a little bit or a lot. If you take the soft compound, I think you're gonna be using less fuel a little bit at the end of the race. Maybe not that much, but a little bit. So I would take a little more than the diamond.
Agreed. I always take a little more when it comes to fuel. I don't like that stress of almost running out of gas or having to realize with a couple laps left going, oh crap, I need to make an extra half a lap here.
Well, I do remember a race in Daytona when you were asking about fuel, and I think I wrote you in the live you're good, man. You can do probably 4 extra laps, and you couldn't believe me. But I'm a big fan of the fuel strategies. And that's the thing with these drivers. They have seen they have seen a lot. I'm sure they can manage their fuel. And if you're smart enough and you got enough experience, if you short shift a lot to save fuel in order to take less at a pit stop, you're going to be aware that you short shift too much and you have to take a little more.
The level of these guys, they know what they're doing when it comes to the fuel. I'm sure.
But what about the youngsters? Maybe they're fast.
I've been lurking in some of the lobbies. When I go online, I'll look to see who's online, and I've seen a few of these guys having practice lobbies up. So some of them have definitely been doing their work. Definitely doing their homework.
You remember one thing though, in the GT Fusion, how many times have we seen somebody run out of fuel right before the finish line?
That is very true. There was at least 3 or 4 people that did that, but that fuel rate was crazy fast.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you could just watch the needle go down.
it was crazy, and that's the thing. You want to have that maybe 2/10 or 5/10 of a second advantage that can give you that position. So you won't have to attack; you just have to defend. This is quite an easy track to defend on.
Yeah. With the speed and the high speed corners, it's very hard. It's hard to. You can just keep your car where it is on the racing line, and as long as you stay on that line, you don't make any big mistakes. You're going to have to force somebody to go around you the outside, and the pace isn't there outside. If you have the pace on the inside line, it's just not going to happen.
I think that was Samuel that was trying to get the outside at the not the last hairpin, but let's call the hairpin on top the hairpin and the last hairpin the last corner, because we don't have the corner names. Usually when we do a broadcast, me and Gracie, we have the corner names. Like in Suzuka, we had lots of fun with this.
We should have made up some corner names for this one.
We should have. Or no, I have some corner names here. Flugplatz, Arenberg, Schwedenkreuz. Oh no, this is Nürburgring. I'm sorry. But no, there's probably because for the original tracks in Gran Turismo, there's not much on the net for mapping. I found Dragon Trail Seaside. I found one time a map, but
looks like we're getting ready to kick off here.
Are we? Oh yeah, it's a rolling start. I was about to say rolling start. Rolling start's about to go.
Serious.
The lights are on.
Why they decided with the rolling start?
I don't know, but lights out and we are rolling. Of course, they're running single file, so not much to bite on the first corner. And some people are already warming up their tires at the rear. Look, we got Killian with the soft compounds.
Medi is on the hards up in 5th, so watch out for him coming up through the field.
Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this for our viewers in the first lap. So Killian on Nono on the medium and Killian on the soft. So Killian's probably going to take advantage of this compound and try to find some clean air and work from there.
Killian decided to go for the softs.
Yes, he did.
Starting in 2nd. Interesting. Okay. Maybe he feels like he'll have more pace on the hards in the end with less fuel.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the rev.
Oh, you know what? That's a smart idea because they're starting with a half a tank. If you get on those softs out there, you could be a lot quicker than after a pit stop with fuel on soft. So
exactly.
Killian doing something different here, showing us why he's the world class guy.
Well, he's right behind Nono right now on his bumper. He's going to be setting up maybe for a pass at the last corner or at the first one. Okay, it's not going to happen right now, but look at this. He's going to take the last corner faster than Nono. He's right in his bumper, and he's setting himself up for that pass on the first corner.
He's going
and I don't think Nono's going to put much of a fight, which...
Not on the softs. Do you think that Killian's saying ka-chow when he passes that guy, or what?
Probably, but in French it's plus like au revoir. But look, like as we saw, one lap on the hards for the back markers.
Yeah, one lap. You're right. You called that one. So they're getting those out of the way. So the hards are absolutely useless.
Yeah,
as always.
So they're getting out of the pits on the medium. Killian now in first position, taking advantage of clean air. He's going to do the maximum amount of laps that he can with clean air, with the soft compound, and maybe get rid of the hards in the... No, he's going to take... I predict that. He's going to take the hards on the last
in the middle. On the last lap, eh? Yeah, well, if it is only one lap, I would agree with that one. I just saw somebody come out of the pits there on the medium tires, and they did fill up the car all the way with fuel, so they're going for a long stint. I think that was Jay that was doing that one, Jay Nod.
Oh yeah, that's another thing, because if you fill up the car entirely and you go on the medium, the thing is you still got like that big amount of fuel that is dragging you. So if you do your medium stint with a half tank and then a soft stint with another half tank, you're better than if you're just like pitting first and putting all this fuel. If you
Yeah.
put like I think from the hards to the medium for a first stop and a 1-lap stopper, I don't think it would be advisable to fuel all the way up. I don't know, man.
That's an interesting one, especially he is further in the back, so maybe he's planning on taking the mediums pretty deep into this race with the amount of fuel that he has, and then seeing where he ends up after other people make their pit stops, and then he can determine what he would want to do after that point. But yeah, this is a tricky one with fuel, especially starting with the half a tank. I've never done any championship races where they do that, and it's kind of an interesting thing.
Well, you should join the GTCQ Championship, Greasy. It's on Friday evenings.
Oh, I might have to. It's tough when I got the kids. It's tough when I got the kids, but
I'll talk to you about it later.
I could stack myself up every day of the week for a race, probably.
Look at that, a pass here. We saw it on the replay. Don't know who it was because I did not have the names. Mehdi in 7th position. So I think is he the first one?
He's on the soft tires as well too, Mehdi.
Yeah, he did.
Is he one of the ones that pit?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't have it on my screen when people went into the pit, so I'm not sure.
He went from hards to soft.
He
has
take
clean
fuel.
air so
He
far.
didn't take fuel, so he's just pushing on the softs till this gas is going.
Very interesting, all these different strategies.
Yeah.
As you said, after the last run of pit stops, except the guys were going to take maybe hards at the last lap of the race. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, I said that he would take hards at the last lap of the race because why would you take the risk of going back in traffic for one lap?
Oh yeah, especially you do it on the last lap of the race. You have light on fuel. Just get your tires in. By the time you're done wearing out all your other tires and getting ready to pit on that one, your muscle memory's used to a non-grippy tire, so the hards fit right in. You just jump back in right onto pace and what you're doing on the bald mediums or softs.
I just saw, I think it's Prek Autista on the hard compound on lap 4.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We have, was it Autista? Yes, he is on the hard tires.
Exactly. So,
interesting.
Not sure. Oh, look at the run that Mehdi has on Autista. Yeah,
Look,
well, of course.
There's the difference between soft and hard tires right there.
Yeah, he took the chicane full bore.
Well, Autista's got something in his mind. He's doing something here. I don't. Maybe he wouldn't just be splitting it up 10, 10, and 10, would he?
I don't know. I mean, we won't be asking him, but it's interesting to keep an eye on this. Look, Antonio is on the medium compound himself, so he's going to catch Autista quick. In the meantime, you got Killian and Nono and Quartz for 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Fast end coming in 4th there.
Yes, sir.
They seem to be spacing out a little bit, and that's what's going to happen in this one. We're going to get, with all the different tire compounds, we're going to have people start spacing out, and then at the end of this race, it's all going to come back down together.
And I want to see where they shift their RPM. Look, we see, so Killian.
Oh, we got a replay on Antonio and Autista here. Antonio makes a good move up the inside on that first corner. Gets the job done.
They're not saving fuel at all. From what I see, the revs are going pretty high. Oh, we got a penalty for Killian.
Ooh, half a second. That's not too bad. He'll survive that. He's almost 4 seconds up the road. He'll be all right with that one.
For half a second, you lose about a second.
You do, yes, and he'll be kicking himself for that one. It's easy to pick up a penalty on this track. I'm guessing he probably picked it up going through that double chicane.
Yeah, agreed. That's what I think.
The 30.6 for the fastest lap of the race so far with Killian.
Usually you have to take your penalties on a certain line in this championship. So if you see like somebody get his penalty and staying on, like say, on the racing line, there might be other penalty points given for that.
So no on the mediums, and he didn't. He's not saving fuel either. It doesn't look like he's pushing.
Exactly. Well, Killian is building the gap. So we knew that it was around about 4 seconds, maybe just less than 4 seconds prior to his penalty. I want to see where it's going to go.
Got a good little battle here at 10th and 9th between
Yeah, that's
Cart
what
and
I'm watching as well. Pretty nice.
You got to remember, Autista's falling back on those hard tires. He needs to get off those tires. I don't think what he's doing here is the right way to go. He needs to get off those hard tires.
Yeah, I agree with that, because 6 laps on the hard tires when you got these other compounds to play with.
Well, you've already seen people jump in after 1 lap off of those hards, so.
Exactly.
I doubt they're planning on adding an extra stop or anything like that, because I think the pit loss isn't huge here, but it's not.
Oh, too much. Yeah.
It's not that
Look,
short.
he's getting eaten raw by everybody, and Dave is right in his bumper. Dave, which has medium compound, he's probably going to take him here.
Wow. Just looking at Killian there, he has chewed through that front right tire in 6 laps. There is, he'll be lucky if he makes 10 laps out of it. He'll be lucky. Huh. Interesting. I thought Killian would be a little more reserved and save those tires. He looks like he is just straight pushing.
Oh, Kronos in the grass. After the
yellow
hairpin.
flag for Jay Nord there. It's tough.
Unfortunate for Kronos, a race to forget so far. Autista in the pit, finally.
Getting off he heard us. He heard us.
Yeah, definitely.
So definitely. Is he must have to take fuel with only 30% left. He must take some now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, we're seeing it. Okay, we don't see it anymore, but we'll have a look on
he is taking
whatever
fuel.
he's doing.
It looks like he's taking a full 60% he went out with. Yeah. So not quite a full tank. Just enough to get him to the next pit stop probably.
Yeah, he might be doing his medium stint, and at the end he's going to be doing like a light fuel and soft tire run at the end. May be able to grab a few positions, but I think these 6 laps under hard compound, I think it's going to be too costly for him. So Killian 4 seconds ahead of No. Yeah, his right front is chewed up.
It's chewed up big time.
Wow.
Like really fast.
Okay. I did not think I would see anything like that. But remember, it's ×3 and not ×2. So it's normal that they have, faster wear than they had in the first race. Because when we talked about it in between the races, I did not count that in the mix.
I'm liking the looks of this medium tire, the way it's wearing.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that Autista did the right thing, because if you don't go, like as I said, maybe 12 and 18 or 12, 17, 1, maybe you have to do more than 1 lap on the hard compound in order to keep your tires alive at the end of the race. But look at his tire. Look at Killian's tires. This is
nothing left. He's going for another lap too. Sheesh.
Yeah. But the mediums are good. Yeah.
Is he going to pit on this lap, do you think?
Oh, yes, he will.
He has to. He has to pit.
Yeah, he has to.
He was trying to make 10 laps though, I think.
Probably.
That's tough. There's nothing left of that tire I'm looking at. He's got the fuel to make the laps, but definitely not the tire. Is he going to be coming into the pits? Is he?
Not even.
No, and he's staying out.
Are
Getting
you
one
kidding
more
me?
lap out of that tire. Let's see what his lap times are. He's out of the 1 minute 30 lap times. So his fastest lap is a 30.6. Yeah, he dropped out of the 30s pretty fast now. He's high into the 31s now.
Well, by the time he reaches first sector, he's not going to have any more front tire. Look, he's right there. He has he barely has some, but we saw one of our friends, Greasy Shred. He tried that to run on tires that were completely worn out, and he was able to do some decent lap times.
You can. You don't notice it as much. It's not like with that when they first did the change where the tires went all the way red, when it felt like you could feel the tire roll over and get a flat tire. They don't have that anymore. There is still some grip there. It's just not the same. It's not completely 100% dangerous where you're just going to understeer off a corner or do whatever like the old way. But the old way was pretty good because you could actually feel it. When that tire wore out, it was like you'd feel it in your wheel. You go, oh crap, I'm done.
Look, he's dropping.
Couldn't do anything. He's dropping.
He was
a
at
huge
4
amount of time.
seconds. He's now at 3.5.
He should have pit last lap.
Yeah, you're right, Greasy.
Well,
the old way of the tires, they made you pay the price when you were not nursing them.
He's paying the price for this right now. Look at that. He just almost like 2 seconds out of him there. He's got to be going for those pits. Careful of those pit line penalties. Yeah. And he's on his way in.
So
Let's see what he does for fuel as well, too.
He lost more than a second.
Is he running?
No, he's in the pits.
I could have sworn there on... Okay, never mind. Somebody that just drove into the pits was running traction control, it looked like. Maybe, but we got a battle here. Maddie. All right, so Killian did not fill up. He only put 44 on there, and he is on the hard tires.
Maddie just passed Petit Petiat in the first corner. Very nice overtake on the inside. We're quite focused on the pit stops right now.
After those pit stops, we got Quartz sitting up in first place now. He was on the mediums, I believe. So he'll be running that way for a little while until he's out of fuel and forced to stop. And then we got Medi up in second. Antonio. See, Antonio's looking good with his little stint there.
Greasy, I think I saw something. I have to rewatch Killian because I think he's still on the soft compound.
Was he? Ooh, is he doing a extra stop than everybody? No.
Maybe he's doing an extra stop.
We need to see
we need to see that.
We need to see Killian's camera view here.
Yeah.
You're right, it was.
Sorry, viewers, if I'm mistaken, but I think I saw Killian on the...
I saw a T on there.
Yeah, T is tangre.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now, what is he? I don't even know what he's doing anymore. If he's doing that, then 2 stints of softs, then a little one on mediums, and then 1 lap on hards? Is that what
Perhaps,
he's doing?
yeah. Quartz in the pits with 16 fuels. He's doing...
Medi in the pits as well.
Medi with his softs. But Medi, remember, he pitted 1 lap later from a hard compound. Mm-hmm. This is exciting, man. Look at this
Quartz
difference.
Is filling up. Everybody in the pits. Antonio, Samuel, everybody in the pits.
Okay, so yeah, Killian is trying to do an extra pit stop on pace, on pure pace.
Quartz came out with a half a tank of fuel on hards.
Or maybe he did a mistake. Maybe he made a mistake. He came into pits, chose the soft compound.
He could have made a mistake. That's true. Where's Killian? I want to see Killian's on board. I'm pretty sure he was on those softs, though.
So he is. He is.
Stan coming out on the softs with just under half a tank of fuel.
So the grid is really mixed up. Dear viewers, we don't know who really is in first position right now. Well, we know it's Killian. Theoretically, because he had the first position on the soft tires, and he did put another set of soft.
He is on the softs, yeah.
Yeah. So Jana trying to protect his position from Antonio SK. Antonio getting the best of him quite easily, actually. Got a lot of speed going after that long left corner in between the two first and second sector. Medi at the airpin.
The gap between Killian and Medi is what we're going to have to look for, I think, in the end of everything here.
So look, Petit Petiat was on the medium compound from the get-go, and he's in first position. Yep. Killian is catching him.
Well, yeah, on the softs for sure, because the softs are quick, but he's only getting... He only got 8 laps out of those softs, did he not?
Exactly. But if he gets them before Petit Petiat's pit stop, that means they're even on the pit strategy, let's put it that way.
Quartz is back in the pits getting off the hard tires, so he's done on that 1 lap.
All right. Smart. So now Quartz, what compound did he start with? He started on mediums, didn't he?
Yes. Yeah, he ran up there. That's how he was leading on mediums for a while, and then he went.
So he's going to do a 2 stint like Killian is doing. He's going to do 2 stints on the soft because he's not going to do 18 laps on the soft compound.
No, definitely not.
That is interesting.
Didn't see that one coming, but we didn't think those softs would last either. They're chewing through them pretty quick, it looks like.
But this is actually quite exciting to see that extra pit stop come into play.
I'm just on Atista right now. There's Killian caught right up to Petit.
Yes.
He's caught up to him. The Rusty's livery. Chicow. He's going to want him. He's going to get him. But he is... Let's look at those softs wearing out. He filled up just enough to get those 8 laps out of that soft. Those soft tires.
He's flying. Look, it did a 130.4. I think that's his quality time.
Yep. And they can go quicker, but the fuel needs to go down a little bit. So I was running around low 131s last night on 3/4 tanks of fuel. And,
Killian back in the first position. Too wide going into the S's. Oh, they almost touched there, man. That's great racing here. Remember, they're still racing for positions here. Killian on a different strategy. I think Quartz has the same strategy, but reverse.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting an extra stop in there. I didn't even... That's how simple I am. My mind didn't even think of that.
No, me neither. But I didn't think like with 3 compounds and 3 mandatory compounds in 30 laps, you would have that. But these guys, they have practiced it. They tried that. They tried different things, and you calculate if you do 130, 131s with a set of soft, and you do 134s and 35s with hards, and it's easy. You just calculate. And you try it, but these strategies, if they do it, they have to count on the fact that they're not doing any mistakes.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'd be curious to see what kind of times Killian starts putting down when he gets on the medium tires. It looks like most guys are high 31s, low 32s. Looking at J Nord right now, he's on the mediums. He's doing pretty low 132s, mid 32s. They're starting to slow off because he's going to have to pit pretty soon. Right. But he was the one that... J-Nod is the one that filled his car all the way up, though. So he's got a half a tank, so he probably won't fill any gas on his next pit stop, my guess, anyway.
I don't know if you saw that. On the replay, we had Petit having contact with, I think it was J-Nod, not sure. And he almost... No, it was a Prima guy. I think it might have been No-No. Yeah, I think it was No-No. And Petit had got in the pits, and I don't know if he cut the line, might have a penalty here, but before he got to the pits, he almost got pit maneuvered. Let's see if he has a penalty above his head right there, crossing the line. So it might have been a lap earlier.
Oh, okay. J-Nord came out of the pits on soft tires, didn't add any fuel, so he's going to be wanting to push now. Killian up front, 3.6 seconds out in the lead. Looks like he's taking it a little easier on that soft tire this time around. He's not using it up as much.
Killian? Yeah, but he doesn't have that position to go grab. Yeah, Petit, okay. That's what I thought. Petit got pit maneuvered, decided to go into pits, cross the line, so that's really costly for him. That thing that happened with, I think it was Prima No-No. In this case... Oh, look at that Prek. Atista just spun.
Atista just spun? I missed it. I did not see it.
Yeah, he...
What tires was he
on? J-Nord got into him. Ooh.
J-Nord looking a little dirty there.
This is a gray area, because I think Atista was kind of losing control on the rumble strip, and J-Nord was coming, at a fast pace. So what happens in this case, the stewards, you really have to look at the telemetry and what's going on, because if somebody's losing control and then somebody gets in contact with them, is it their responsibility? Do they have to wait for them? Because usually when he's pit maneuvered Petit before the pits, he would have to wait on Petit to pass him back, but Petit was going straight to the pits. So what do you do?
Sometimes you just have to drive away, because there's been events where somebody makes a mistake like that, you look at their screen and they're not even in your picture on your screen, or they're like a half a car away, and it could be a lag issue or something like that causes problems. But either way, this part that I saw looked like he just shoved it up the inside and kind of
he was arriving like a mad train. He was coming like a mad train. So now you got the two teammates here, Jaynor and Petit Petiat. Same paint scheme.
No, looks like he's pushing. He wants to get closer to Killian. Killian, halfway done that right front on that soft tire. He's got about a quarter tank of fuel left. Now, here's one thing here. I like doing this. You know, we all think that these aliens and stuff, and some guys don't drive a lot. I don't know if you guys can see it on your screen. Try and look at the mileage on some of these cars.
Wow.
Some of these guys have put in some serious numbers on these cars. Like
Jaynor have
13,000,
almost 6,000 kilometers.
So these guys have put in some work and some time behind these wheels. There's no doubt about that.
A lot of things happened there. So in the rule book, Greasy, if you, like, let's say you push a driver off track, you have to wait for him. If in his comeback he's screwing up and he spins again, you don't have to wait for him after that. You know?
Exactly.
So, but it's hard for the stewards to always get the things right there. So in the case of Petit Petiat and No with the pit entry and the pit maneuver, well, two kind of pits, sorry, but with the clip, the right rear bumper, and then he spun before he got into pits. It's going to be a hard decision to figure out if you get a black card for not waiting a car because the guy just didn't go.
If you made contact, it's almost better just to say, oh, just let up a little bit. But, I've been in races where the contacts happen and I've continued on and nothing's ever come of it. Because the races I've been in, it was up to the other driver to put in a stewarding ticket or whatever.
Yeah. Well, they don't have to do that in there. There's a team looking at it. Back in the day, you had to make a claim. Now it's
wait for your results and then deal out a penalty after the fact.
You can contest a penalty, but you have to, you really have to make proof of your non-guiltiness. Let's put it that way.
Well, it looks like Killian had a little bit of a mistake on lap 13. He was 130.4s, 0.6s, and then lap 13 he went up to a 31.1, and back down to the 30.6s and 14.
He's putting some good lap times there, yeah.
His tires are starting to wear out, though. He's past that halfway point with that right front tire.
Well, you got Mehdi doing good lap times as well, but he's 16 seconds behind Killian, so maybe Mehdi probably on a two-stopper. So
I would think so. I think if he's on the softs now, he already did he do the mediums, or he did the one stop on the mediums or the hards, did he not? I can't remember. There's too many tires to keep track of here.
Oh yeah, you're right. Mehdi was on the hards, then he took the mediums.
So he's going to do...
Yeah, there's no way.
He has to do another.
Yeah, there's no way he cannot pit again. Quartz is on the same strategy, but reverse, as we said.
Yeah.
I think he started on hards,
looking like
then
it's
mediums,
going to be a 3-stop then for these guys. They're all going with like a 3-stop. That's interesting. Except for who's the one that ran so deep on the hards? That was Atista. Yeah, that's right.
He spun. He went in the grass. So all this work probably down the drain, all for nothing.
Unfortunately, that's kind of how it goes.
Thank you, people in the live, Mr. Dumo, le drummer, Nebat, Mr. Fabien Lecouté. He's one of the organizers of this division. Fabien, nice to see you there. We got Corrado Matt from Division 1, proud TNR member, really good racer. His girlfriend is one of our sponsors for Douceur au Palais. Great blog for recipes.
Looks like some tasty food on that one. Holy moly, it's making me hungry.
Well,
I gotta say though, nuts and banana bread, I'm not down with that. Give me some chocolate chips.
We got yellow peanut, and that's all I see for now. I haven't seen our friend Churro yet, but he
was in there. He was in there for a bit.
Okay.
He was further up the list. I think Dumoulin. He was thinking that pretty sure if you put softs on by mistake, I'm thinking it's not by mistake anymore after we're seeing what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
I think they're all
Yeah.
pre-planned.
That's what we
I don't
thought.
think these guys, with the prize money involved in this, I don't think they're going to come into these races not prepared.
Oh,
you
no,
want to be
they're
on your game. You want to be on
definitely
your
not.
game and take that home. $1,100, man, even if it is Canadian. Psh,
Well, look at Killian.
I wouldn't say no.
He has white on his tires and he's going downhill. Do you think he's going to do that extra lap that he did on the first
No.
stint that cost
I
him
hope he
1
doesn't.
second?
I hope he doesn't.
Me
He can't
neither.
afford to do that again.
Well,
I
he
think
has
he needs
done.
to get into the pits right now.
Well, he has done 9 and then 10 laps, right?
Yes.
That's what he has
Yeah.
done. So
It was 8 or 9 on the first one. I can't remember. It's so many tires to keep track of with these 3 tire compounds. But
So we're about to see another episode of pit stops. Probably
coming
no,
up.
not the last one, because for Killian he has still 2 pit stops to do.
yeah, he'll be coming in. I think he's coming in on this lap.
Yeah. Well, look at Dave. GTCQ Dave in 8th position is right front, is totally gone.
Absolutely gone.
And
Fuel's nearly
he's
done.
halfway through the lap.
Yeah, it's. I think pushing it that extra lap is a bad idea. You lose so much time. Like, look at his lap times. He was in the 30s, but it hasn't been very consistent lap times from him, unfortunately.
All right, Killian in the
Consistency
pits.
there you go. Look at Killian's times.
And
That's
No-No as well.
consistency there. Same with No-No. Very consistent laps. The consistency is what gets you far in these races. It's a huge
Exactly.
difference. So both these guys in off the softs. They're both taking fuel. How much fuel is the question? They're going to be on the mediums for a big hit here. So neither one of them are filling.
Yep.
Are they allowed? They are allowed to fill up more. So they're only going with that half a tank of fuel, just under 48%.
Okay, that's interesting.
He's on the No-No's on the softs again.
Yeah, but No-No, I
Has
don't
already
think he
done.
had the same strategy as Killian.
Oh my gosh, I'm so confused.
Yeah, no, listen, this is really confusing because, unlike professional broadcasters, we don't have all the list or all the
the tire
all the
colors popping up
the tire
beside it,
colors
right?
and everything. It's really hard to keep track on who had what, especially when you don't control your screen. The thing is, we're doing our best right now to figure out who had what, and we know that Mehdi had ARDs to start.
Yes,
Did a
that's
pit
right.
stop, did mediums, and now is doing substance. We know that Quartz did the same.
No, I'm guessing is trying to make it to the end on 10 laps on the soft tires because he's had all of his tires, has he not?
That's what I
Oh,
don't
somebody
know.
just had a big crash.
I don't see
Sam Yo had a big crash.
Oh, Fazdan as well had a penalty.
That's the penalty, but Sam Yo went around a good 2 or 3
oh,
times
the
there.
2 teammates. Oh,
Something
Samuel's
happened
still
there.
in the grass. So what happened there?
Something
Samuel,
happened.
yeah,
I just
rumble
touched
strip.
the grass and snap oversteer. Oh, that's
Well,
painful.
what about Fazdan?
He just got a penalty, I would assume, probably in that chicane going
Yeah,
down the hill.
non-related event. Okay,
Both
they're
of them
both in
diving
the
into
pits.
the pits.
But he
All
had
right.
no more tires. That's the thing. He was out of the front right.
Killian sitting in second, Quartz back up to first now. Back into that weird little juggle moment. Quartz will be coming into the pits probably on this lap. Yeah, he's out of fuel and out of tires.
Yeah,
Can't
but
push
how
that
many
another
pit
lap.
stops does Quartz have to do versus Killian? I think
Quartz
I
is
think
on
they
the
both have to
reverse
do
of what
two.
we thought, right?
they have to do 2 pit stops still, both of them.
Get the hards out of the way. Yeah, I'm going to make, for the next race, I'm going to make a list of drivers' names and ticks on the tires so I can just tick them off quickly. And maybe put a lap number on when they came in to help keep it a little more organized. Because, yeah, this is a lot to keep track of with all these tires.
Yeah, we didn't
It's
expect
fun,
that.
though. It's
but
fun,
yeah,
though. It's tough.
It is. We could ask Dumo. He's really, he's back home. He's like, he's probably having like something going on. Like, okay, guys, this and that and this compound and that compound and. No, we're going to
Somebody's
keep
paying
track on
attention.
this. We're going to be more prepared for sure because this is quite challenging. So Quartz,
He's got to be coming in here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Has to be. He's out of
Yeah,
gas.
he does.
All
So
right.
he was on soft.
Yep.
He
What are
has
you
to
coming
do.
out on? So No takes the lead. Killian following him through.
What compound?
Good consistent times from Quartz there. Good driving, buddy.
Yeah, I think he might be looking. If that is last pit stop, he might be looking at a podium. I'm not sure.
He's taking fuel. Is he only going to go a half a tank like the rest of these guys? No, even less. 39% he goes with. So what is he coming out of the pits on? I don't know because it disappeared.
I think he was on soft.
Quartz,
He's on soft. He's on soft.
So this is his last stint. So he's done everything he can. Now this Quartz is on his way to the checkered with those softs.
I'm not even sure, actually, Greasy. I think yes. I think you're right.
I think he is.
That's his last stint. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. We were talking about being reverse. So he did his hard, he did his mediums, and he's doing two sets of soft.
He's got to make up probably about 6 seconds of time to take the lead of this race after Killian and No hit the pits, I believe. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be Killian, No and Quartz that are going to be
I wouldn't be surprised if Quartz has a podium here if he plays his cards right.
I think he's played them just right.
All right. This
we got No with the soft tires again.
For viewers who might just join, you're watching the longest of the two races in the round one of the International Division, GTCQ, GT Championnat Québec. This race is crazy. There's tons of different tire strategies. Jay and I are going on the inside of Dave here. Little contact. As we were saying, great racing here. Different tire compounds, lots to keep track, and we're kind of mixed up, but we're getting there.
Oh, we're starting to figure it out. This is where things are going to come together. This is where the mud starts to clear out of the water, you know?
Exactly.
We'll start to see things come together.
Subscriber here.
But I think Quartz is going to be up there in third, and if he puts in a really good stint with because he's got less fuel in on the fresh soft tires as well too. So maybe we'll see a fastest lap from him and him close that gap.
That could be a good thing to go grab this point. He was almost like 2 seconds behind his next target, so we'll keep an eye on this. Janal, in the meantime, running after GTCQ Dave, 3/10 behind him, 3.5 tenths behind him.
I think Medi's going to the finish line too. I think Medi's got all of his tires done as well.
Medi should.
So he's on the mediums. So the Quartz he's gonna be one of those guys. The Quartz has to really, really put the rubber to the pavement and get his hammer down and get going. It's gonna be tough. Can we get a Canadian to bounce out one of these guys from France? Big showing from the guys from France, though. They're so fast. But you see this driver's lineup. There's a lot of SS licenses and stuff on this list. It's great to see. It's not very often you see those double S's. I want a double S so bad.
I'm sure you'll get there.
Oh,
we have to keep an eye on people on the podium because we're going to ask them a few questions about their racing strategies, practice, or anything related to their performance.
I'd be curious to see how much time they put in for practice on this.
Yeah, that could be one of the two things we're asking them. So prepare some questions, maybe Greasy.
I got another one. Like, how do you feel with the prize money involved? Does it change your outlook and how you drive, stuff like that? Well, then we got No in first, Killian in second, Medi in third. And we got Killian and Medi both on the medium tires. No is on the softs.
Antonio as well. So
Antonio's on the softs, pushing hard, trying to catch position.
Back up. He was in sixth, I think. Quartz. Now he's back in the fifth, but I'm not sure if I think
Killian and Medi have made a mistake, and I don't. Oh, this is tough. I think Quartz played this really well because Killian and Medi still got to get, or Killian's got to get those hard tires still. Does he not?
He does.
And 24 seconds. That's. I don't know. Quartz may have Killian.
I think a pit.
It's close. It is very close.
I think a pit stop lasts around 20. if you're not taking any fuel.
Is it around 20 seconds? All right, so then,
If you're
then
not
that would
taking
give it
fuel.
that 4-second gap there. Yeah. Interesting.
This is
Well, we got 6 more laps to go. See how this plays out. We won't know till the very last lap either. That's the worst part.
yeah. Sorry,
Keeping
people.
us
We're
under
describing a race,
suspense.
but there's no way to really know who's where because the last lap
The
will
white
provide
knuckle
us with these answers.
experience. Keep you chomping at the bit to the last minute.
Oh, look at that. Quartz
Ooh,
with
purple.
Ace Purple
Quartz
by
version.
29 thousandths of a second. Going
Come
at
on,
it.
Quartz. Come on, Canada. Let's go. I want to see a Canadian get a fast lap at least.
Not
Come
only
on.
that, a young gun, like a 16-year-old
Unbelievable.
underage qualifier, couldn't go to the World Tour because he was too young. Great potential, great speed. At the biggest stage right now, this is the big. I think this is the biggest Canadian stage that has ever been.
But like we're missing Lester in here. Lester would be a great addition to this one as well too for a fast Canadian.
In the meantime, Jovakar just took a position on Petit Petiat pretty easily in that long left sweeper.
Like
Janal chasing them. So you got a lot of people in the soft compound that are chasing people on harder compounds, either medium. Well, it's mostly mediums. I haven't seen anybody on the hard one.
Petiat is on the hard tires.
Is he? Oh, okay.
Yes,
well, that
he
explains the difference in the pace. Autista is on the soft. We know he got rid of his hards pretty early. Can he get to Kronos? Kronos on soft as well. So this is a legitimate battle for position with the same compound.
If I get this straight, Nono and Killian still need hard tires, correct?
All right. Yeah, I think. Well, Killian,
sure.
yes. No, I'm not sure, but I would bet on it.
If Nono doesn't need any more tires, he's got this thing in the bag.
Janal on Petit Petiat, good pass. Of course, Petit Petiat on the hards and Janal on the soft, so he did not even try to defend or anything like that. Although they're teammates as well, so that's the thing we're going to see. Probably teammates are not going to defend or block, anything coming from another teammate.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Our teammates, if they're up there, they'd be like, yo, if they're 1-2 for the title or whatever, just split that prize money, put it to the team.
Fazdan and Samuel close together.
No,
so
with a
fast these guys.
a
penalty for Petit Petiat.
He's had a few of them, hasn't he?
Well, yeah, but one was because he got pit maneuvered into the pits.
That's right.
So we had to cross the line. That's not his fault. It's really a race to forget for him because he was in the great position before that, and everything just fell apart after this unfortunate event because he lost time going into pits. He lost time after the pits. Let's say he lost around maybe 10 seconds.
Quartz is pushing on Antonio.
Yes, he does.
He is doing what he can. Antonio, they're both on the soft tires, so it will be a hard gap to close. Those two need to work together if they catch up to one another.
Well, look at Quartz's tires. He has 4 laps to go. His tires are still quite good. Light load of fuel, so maybe less tire wear. This will be.
I think Quartz is looking pretty good. I don't think he's going to get Killian though. I think he's going to be about 4 seconds back from him.
I don't know. He was 24 seconds from the leader, but Killian is 5 seconds from the leader.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I just saw the gap for Quartz on there. It was a 24-second gap from him to Nono and the leader. So it's hard to say, but Killian is on those medium tires, so he is losing time to Quartz no matter what he can do right now.
Yeah, and Medi as well. So Medi... Well, Quart's going to get Medi if Medi pits another time. That's for sure. If he does not, I don't think Medi's going to pit.
I can't remember. Remember what Medi did.
I think Medi did his... I'm
it's
not
Nono.
sure if he...
It's Nono and Killian that I think did the pits.
This is so hard. I'm not sure if Medi had his hards first, or maybe Medi started on mediums, did a soft, and then has to do one lap on the hards at the end.
I think
Really
he
not
did
sure
one
about
lap
that.
on the hards at the front, but yeah, like I said, this is confusing. I can't
Yeah,
remember all that stuff. But
promise
we're
we'll
gonna
keep an
find
eye
out
on
right
this.
away here. We will find out right away
Yeah,
here in
we
this
will
last lap.
produce. Yeah, we'll produce a board for that, and I think if we do a board for that, there should be all the answers there. We might miss on one or two, but we
We'll
should
keep
be able
track
to
of it a
keep
little
track.
bit better
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Look at Prima Nono's fuel.
Is he running low?
Yeah, he's low. He's low. Lower than Killian, though. So maybe he
Yeah,
has
that right front tire is getting pretty low too. I don't know. He's going to be running out of tire and fuel by the end of this one. Well, no, he's got to stop. He has to stop for that hard tire. He has to.
He's going to do what we call a splash and go.
He has to. He has to be coming in for the pits. Interesting strategy by Killian of going on the softs like that. I would have got rid of those slower tires sooner, I think. But it's easy to be an armchair driver after the fact, right? But
exactly. Oh yeah. In hindsight, everything's easier in hindsight. That's for sure. Quartz, still 24 seconds off.
Yeah, he's not gaining anything. Yeah, he's not gaining anything. But the leader is on soft tires as well too, so it'll be hard to bring in that gap. Soft tires and a really light load of fuel.
Well, look, we're in lap 29. No is at the double chicane, going to the hairpin. So we're about to see we're about to have some answers and have some pit stop. And look at Nono, He has no more front right. So if we're wrong and he has to do that extra lap, he's going to lose.
Medi is looking good. If Medi doesn't have to pit, he's got this. I think Medi might have this. If he doesn't have to pit, and we're right about him taking hards at the beginning, I think he's got this. Even Antonio, 2 teammates, I think they could get. I don't know. I don't even know what to do.
No, me neither.
My crystal ball's in the shop. I cannot predict the future. There we go. Here goes Nono into the pits.
No in the pits.
Ooh, Killian with a 1 second penalty. Oh no, that's gonna cause some drama.
And
so
he's
Killian in the pits as well. So they'll both be coming out on the hards. Nono might take a little bit of fuel. He's got enough left for one lap.
What about Medi?
Medi. He's gone. Medi's got this. Medi and Antonio, the 2 teammates working together. Oh, who got out of the pits? Somebody got out. Where are they coming in? Nono got out of the pits. Medi got Killian. Antonio did not get Killian. Nono pulls it off. Now, can he hold? Oh, Killian's going to drop back with that 1 second penalty and lose the spot. He will lose the podium to Antonio. Oh my gosh. What a race. What a race.
Insane.
So Nono, if he can hold people off on the hard tires with his...
But look at that. I think Antonio is at the end of his soft tires. So
yeah, same with Quartz. There's not much left for them to push on. But they're right there. That just shows how close these guys were this whole race, but we just didn't see it. 2 seconds for Nono to Medi. Can Medi reel him in on the last lap? I don't think so. I think Nono played this.
Yeah.
It'll be close. It'll be really close. He's coming into that hairpin. Only 1, 2, 3 corners to go. I think Nono's got this one. Well done. What a race. That time is coming down, but not enough. Too little, too late. Those tiny mistakes possibly by Medi. But yeah, wow, what a race.
Yeah, look at
it all come together like that, eh?
Last corner.
All right, poor Killian. Last lap penalty. That's a kick in the balls.
Yeah,
that's tough.
So
that's tough. He might lose 2 spots.
Crossing the line.
He might lose 2 spots.
Medi.
Is he going to lose 2 spots? Is Quartz going to get him? Oh,
no, almost.
So close. What a race.
Look at that. 5
what
seconds
a race.
between
Give those guys a round of
fifth.
applause. What a race. So, our Mr. Killian, I was wrong. He cracked. He got that 1 second penalty. He didn't crack.
Well,
it's easy to pick up penalties around here. What a race.
Exactly,
what
but
a race.
Look at if we calculate the difference, okay? He lost a second or a second and a half going too late on his first pit stop.
Yeah.
He's got that 1 second penalty.
Yep, that's what did it.
let's
There's
say
just
that's
a
about
few
that.
little
Yeah,
decisions and one mistake that I think may have cost him that podium. What a race, though! What a
yeah, and
race!
we have not seen him really. We didn't see him coming. That they're still racing here with Autista and
Yep,
Kronos. We
we
have a
got
battle for
Jaynard.
12 people. Nobody wants to arrive last.
Pepiat finished in
Can he make
11th
it
there.
work?
That's close.
Oh,
That's close.
oh,
Kronos and
a little flash
Atista. Get
of
her
the high
done.
beams. Oh my goodness, what a race!
Good job. Good job to those guys. Great driving. Great driving. Great strategies.
Wow,
That was a fun one.
seriously, Prima Nono, kudos. Seriously, we did not see him. We did not see this coming. We're going to see the results in a few seconds because we're going to be interviewing the podium guys. So
Nono
that
with
means
the
maybe
win. A
yeah,
master
result.
class from Nono.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you see the result or I have to go for it?
I can't
I
do
see it.
anything
So we
like
got
that.
Prima Nono in first position. We got Medi in second position. Another French 1, 2, 3, 4. ERM Antonio SK, very fast driver, great discovery today in third position. Then we got Killian in fourth. Unfortunately for him, a few penalties and everything because he could have had third.
Yep.
I think that's
He
it.
gave away third with that 1 second
Yeah,
penalty for
great
sure.
performance by Prima Quartz. Great strategy as well. Just couldn't close it at the end. But look,
Great drive.
there's not much of a difference. Almost had Killian there, so really bunched up these guys. And then you got like further in the field, you got Samuel and Fazdan from GTCQ, the two teammates. Good racing from them. Giovanni in eighth position. Jova Card 26 seconds behind the leader, so that really got like a close top five here, and then it becomes a little more spread out between
Great racing.
sixth position, and we're gonna see the rest of the classification in a few seconds. Incredible racing. Those tower compounds
Yeah.
and strategies. I did not see this coming. That two stints on the soft.
I did
Seriously.
not see it either, but it did work out. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
pretty much. There's other divisions that are going to come in the following weeks. Division 6 to 1, and there's the academy. Will be providing this soon. So our next event will be, I think, Tuesday, September 19th at 7:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the GTCQ Academy. It's a platform for new drivers to showcase their talent, and after that, they're being placed in different divisions in the championship. So for those who are interested to join the league, you join the academy, and this is our next event. I really welcome you to come see that. So speaking of course, the race that we just had, crazy tire strategy. I think everybody's going to take notes for the other events regarding this because this is just not how I thought it would happen. You got to think that extra pit stop is going to cost you a few seconds, but remember, we saw No get in the pits and getting out pretty quickly because he
Yeah,
didn't take any fuel.
it was a
So
pretty quick pit stop without the
yeah, so
fuel.
if you take
yeah.
just tires, that's why I didn't think it was doable or viable. But if you just take tires, an extra pit stop is
He proved it, master
yeah,
class, and he held off everybody else on the hard tires with his last lap because their tires were just done by the end of it. So
exactly.
well done, Nono. Well done. Deserved win.
Seriously.
Round of applause for you, sir.
So good performance by France. Then the Canadians as well are showing up pretty decently. Still, I don't have the board for the rest of from 9 to 13. But
Yeah, I
remember
never saw it on mine either, so I can't help you there.
we had a Janal, Mr. Dave, Petty Pettiat, who had an unfortunate race. Very poor guy. Seriously, he got screwed
It
going in the
happens to the
pits.
best of us. It happens.
Exactly.
It
So
happens. It's how you pick yourself up from that and continue on with the next ones. That's what separates good drivers from the really good drivers.
yeah. So this combo, as you said, pretty hard on, especially on the rumble strip. A lot of people pushed too hard and made that extra lap, well, you have no more front right on the soft compound. It was costly, around 1 second, 1 second and a second
It
and a
was, yeah,
half
he did. He almost lost 2
difference.
seconds in that one. There's so many high-speed right-handers on this track. To keep that right front tire underneath you got to be really good with your tires. Really good.
Our next round is going to be well, the schedule will show it to you in a few seconds. We'll have the NSX GT 500, so a Group 2 car for Gran Turismo. So it's going to be Sunday, October 1st at the same time. So around the race starts at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 for French time, and our pre-race show is going to start at 14 o'clock. So be there before so you can see what will happen. And it's going to be the NSX GT 500 at Sardinia, a great track, another original track, long straights, some fast corners, some slow corners. So I think we have someone in the chat who just joined.
Like someone joined and bounced out.
It's actually our producer. So because we're waiting on well, the first one is going to be interviewed. It's probably going to be Killian, because he's with Jazz and Chill actually talking about race. He was on the 2 podiums. No, he was on the first. He won the first race, but he was not on the podium at the end of the second. We'll have to talk about him. So what would you like to ask him, Greasy?
I don't know. Let me think about it. What are you planning on asking him?
Maybe like, I think compared to other competitions, maybe how he feels.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like compared to the World Tour, what kind of do you feel the same amount of pressure with the monetary prize as you do with the World Tour with the best of the best?
Yeah, and something maybe like tire strat.
I don't know.
Maybe his tire strat, where he got that from.
How much time you practiced? All the good stuff.
Well,
funny, you think of all these questions ahead of time, and then time comes to just be like,
well, you never know, because if you have to ask questions to drivers and something happened on the last lap, you have to build your question right there, because I
got one for him. What words came out your mouth when you saw that 1 second penalty pop up?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. All right. So he's and we got No after that, who's going to be in the chat, and Medi probably. So they're going to be joining us in a few seconds. So if you want to learn more about GTCQ, go on gtchampionatquebec.com or Google just GTCQ. The website is going to be right in your face. So far, most things are. Some things are translated, some are in French. You can always go use your Google Translate, but we're working on bringing you an English version of this website. If you want to join the championship and go via the academy for one season, raise great people and have fun, and then join a division, it's up to you. I really encourage you to do it. It's a fun league. It's a clean league. Everybody's respectful. There's no place for bad behaviors here. Everybody's here to have some fun. So that's what GTCQ is all about. Before we get into the interviews, we would like to thank again our sponsors, especially JT Tuning, for sponsoring this division. This is Tuning's main division. It's a company that offers services in Ontario and Quebec in industrial and agricultural businesses to maximize power and also solving anti-polluting issues. So thank you very much, Jimmy Turcotte, for your sponsorship. And thanks to JT Tuning for what they're doing for us. We'd like also to thank Guillaume for his producing. Very good producing, provided us with great support for this event. And people in the live, we had Darren Brady, we had Dumo, who was there. A lot of people got there. Oh, where do you sign up for the academy? I'll hook you up with that, Mr. Mr. Churro. We'll talk about it if you want after the event, but you can sign up on the website and join the academy. I think it's something that it's still open since there's no championship. I think you can jump in the academy anytime you want, if I'm not mistaken. Thanks for all the viewers, and don't forget to share this, even if you're not live with us. It's a great race to watch afterwards, especially since we just discovered that this second race with all the tires and everything is we get our last minute result. This was quite exciting.
It was a great race. It was great driving from a couple mistakes from a few people, but all in all, what a race. What a race.
And not a lot of very good behaviors from the driver as well, except maybe just a few touches here and there.
I think most of the mistakes that were made were self-induced, hitting those curbs, hitting that grass. So to be expected from these kind of drivers, though, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, right. So after that, in the following weeks, was talking about round 2, which is going to be the NSX. Season will end around, I think, end of November. For usually the GTCQ, the races are apart from 2 weeks from each other. With the International Division, it's going to be a little different. We're going to have our next race on October 1st, so it's almost 3 weeks, or exactly 3 weeks. And then October is going to be fill up with races.
Busy.
So we're going to have a busy October Sunday. No church for us, that's for sure. And there's going to be like the last races in the following months, maybe 1 or 2 per month, because just 6 races. Don't forget that the last race of the season, the last round of the season, will have 3 races, and the second race and the third race will have double points as well as double penalty points. We said that for the sprint race, there's always 14 points up for grabs for a win, going to 1 for the 14 positions. In the full race, it's 20 for a victory, and it goes down to 5 points at the end. And don't forget that you always get 1 extra point for the fastest lap. We do have someone in the room who just joined, Mr. Kylian Drummond from France.
The legend himself. Welcome.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Kylian. Do you speak English? If you don't, I speak French. Don't worry.
Okay, I can.
On parle en français ou...
Alors français, ouais, c'est mieux, je pense.
D'accord. Bon, premièrement, félicitations, Kylian, pour cette première épreuve. Belle victoire à la première course. Moi et mon ami Greasy, on t'a vu un peu évoluer là, sur le World Tour. Maintenant, on voulait te poser peut-être 1 ou 2 questions, là, à savoir, premièrement, cette épreuve-ci, merci d'avoir joint cette division-là, qui est vraiment quelque chose de très bien que la GTCQ a créé. Et avoir quelqu'un de ton calibre avec nous, ça met beaucoup de piquant et de visibilité aussi à cette épreuve-là. Et justement, on voulait savoir... comparer, exemple, à des épreuves que tu fais souvent, mettons, sur la scène mondiale ou quoi que ce soit, maintenant que pris en argent d'impliquer là-dedans, est-ce que tu trouves, est-ce que ça t'énerve un peu plus? Est-ce que tu t'approches ça? Est-ce que tu es calme face à ça? Comment tu as approché un peu l'épreuve d'aujourd'hui?
Je l'ai approché comme toutes les autres, en soi. J'ai pas eu un mindset différent. Je veux dire... je les ai pris comme n'importe quelle course, soit une finale de FIA ou une FIA pour se qualifier au World Tour. Non, je l'ai prise comme une course sérieuse, c'est-à-dire j'ai tout donné jusqu'à la fin. Et donc, ouais, c'est...
Et combien de temps exactement pratiques-tu pour une course comme celle-ci?
Ce combo-là, en fait, il était hyper compliqué. C'était d'avoir... je sais pas si vous avez vu sur le stream, on roulait beaucoup sur les livreurs pour attraper les livreurs, pour s'accrocher dessus. Et en fait, avoir cette régularité-là, de faire ça à chaque tour, c'est hyper compliqué. Et si on le fait pas, on perd un max de temps, donc c'est hyper important. Donc du coup, pour maîtriser ça vraiment à chaque tour, avec tous les pneus sectorisés, neufs, tour qualif, machin, c'était vraiment hyper compliqué. Du coup, j'ai passé beaucoup de temps personnellement. Je ne saurais pas te dire en termes d'heures, mais au moins un bon 1500 km, je pense.
OK, d'accord, OK. Parce qu'on s'est posé la question, moi et mon collègue, parce qu'on ne s'attendait pas à ce qu'il y ait un double stint sur les tentes. On pensait que ça allait être un stint de chaque chaque compound, dans le fond, de chaque gomme. Et là, on a vu que toi, tu es parti sur les tendres, encore sur les tendres. Ensuite, tu as fait, je crois, médium et le dernier tour, tu as mis les durs. Donc, ça nous a surpris tout le monde de voir qu'il y avait une stratégie de 3 arrêts au lieu de celle de 1 arrêt. Puis, donc, ça, c'est très intéressant de voir ça. Là. Je ne sais pas si tu as découvert ça rapidement ou c'est quoi, tu as fait les calculs, puis tu t'es rendu compte que c'était plus simple de faire ça.
Ouais, quand on voit les pneus, comment ils s'usent super rapidement, j'ai pas cherché à comprendre. Je savais très bien que la strat 2 arrêts, ça allait pas marcher du tout.
Ah, OK.
Parce que les pneus soft, ils marchent très bien sur quelques tours. Après, ils deviennent aussi lents que des médiums. Donc, faut s'arrêter super tôt. Donc admettons, je faisais 10 tours avec des médiums, avec des tentes, pardon. Et que je refaisais 10 tours avec des médiums, 10 tours avec des pneus durs. Les durs, ils étaient très très lents. Ça valait le coup de en faire un arrêt qui nous coûtait à peu près 13 secondes sans refuel, sans remettre d'essence. Et ce temps-là, on reprenait en faisant un relais en plus avec des médiums, des softs, pardon. Donc on reprenait plus de temps à faire un relais que de enlever un stop sur la stratégie.
Super. Puis, dernière question, comment tu t'es senti quand tu as eu cette seconde de pénalité au dernier tour?
Ah, ça fait mal, hein, parce que...
Ouais. C'était où exactement, dans la chicane? Ou...
C'était le gauche qui se passe... le gauche avant d'un virage.
OK, c'est bon.
Donc, j'étais surpris, je fais non, j'ai pris pédale. Puis là, je me dis, bon,
ouais,
compliqué. Je me dis, je savais qu'il était devant moi avec le delta et tout ça. Je me suis dit, bon, il va être devant moi. Puis par contre, pour Antonio, je me suis dit, ça va être chaud. Je suis ressorti devant lui, mais malheureusement, avec la pédale, c'était déjà foutu. Donc, la P4, ça m'allait. Donc, j'avais un petit doute avec Sam s'il m'aurait repassé ou pas. Donc, mais non, ça s'est passé comme ça. Donc, voilà.
Super. En tout cas, merci beaucoup. Puis, très belle course. Là. Ça a été très, très excitant, surtout de voir ça là, avec les stratégies. Là, on ne savait pas trop où se mettre avant le dernier tour. Donc, merci beaucoup pour ça. Puis, très beau spectacle. Puis, on est très heureux de savoir que vous allez être de retour là, pour le reste de la saison et nous présenter encore des belles bagarres comme ça. Ça va me faire plaisir de traduire tes propos ensuite là, quand j'aurai terminé avec tes collègues. On a, je crois, Monsieur Antonio avec nous.
C'est Nono.
C'est Nono? Ok, salut Nono, ça va?
Bonsoir, ouais, ça va très très bien, écoute.
Do you speak English, Nono, ou juste français?
Non, pas assez pour avoir un dialogue clair, malheureusement.
Super, premièrement, félicitations sur la deuxième course. Honnêtement, on l'a comme pas vu venir à cause des stratégies de pneus. Question qu'on a posée à Kylian pour commencer, c'était un peu comment de temps de préparation vous avez mis là, dans une course comme celle-ci?
Alors, moi personnellement, je me suis entraîné une petite semaine et demie avant le combo, entre 2 et 1 semaine et demie. En kilomètres, pour être plus précis, je dirais 1200, entre 1000 et 1200 maximum. Dac.
Puis, est-ce que vous êtes un peu plus nerveux sur la piste, sachant qu'il y a des prix monétaires d'impliquer, chose qui est plutôt rare, là, je ne sais pas pour vous, là, mais de notre côté, à nous, là, ici, c'est plus rare qu'on a des compétitions avec autant d'enjeux que ça, là, avec un prix. Est-ce que vous approchez la course différemment à cause de ça?
Alors forcément, avec les prix et un assez bon cash price, c'est vrai c'est un peu différent, la préparation est pas la même, on essaye d'être plus focus, mais il faut quand même rester soi-même et se dire qu'au final, certes c'est de l'argent, mais il faut pas perdre ses moyens pour autant. Et clairement, ce qu'il faut, c'est rouler comme d'habitude, oublier un peu l'aspect récompense et vraiment en profiter qu'en fin de saison, une fois le boulot terminé. Clairement, le but c'est de ne pas lâcher, de pas penser trop à ça, de rester toujours focus sur son pilotage et après pouvoir se reposer et une petite récompense, pourquoi pas.
Super, en tout cas, félicitations parce que cette deuxième course-là, je crois pas que tu aies fait d'erreur. Nous, on regardait un peu les stratégies de notre côté, on essayait de voir qui allait sortir en avant des autres et à un moment donné, tu étais là. Puis tu as fait le dernier arrêt au puits, je crois, au dernier tour, et puis c'était juste les pneus, même pas de fuel, si je me trompe pas. Puis
j'avais pas assez de fuel, j'étais à 0,3, j'ai dû remettre un peu parce qu'en fait en tendre j'avais mis juste ce qu'il fallait pour être sûr de pas crever.
Ok.
Je préférais faire ça plutôt que voilà.
Non, c'est bien, mais écoute, quand t'es sorti en avant, On était agréablement surpris et ça a donné vraiment là, une finale extraordinaire. Donc, merci et félicitations. Sérieusement, merci d'être là. Au plaisir de vous voir cette saison. Nous autres, on s'amuse à décrire ça. Là. On a vraiment eu c'était vraiment du bonbon aujourd'hui. Fait que merci beaucoup, Lola.
Ben, merci à vous surtout pour avoir organisé le championnat. Puis c'est vrai qu'on organise de belles batailles et même nous, ça nous fait plaisir. On est là pour la passion avant tout. On roule tous ensemble, on a l'habitude, on se connaît assez bien et on partage des bons moments sur la piste, ça fait très très plaisir. Aujourd'hui ça tourne en ma faveur donc forcément je suis très content mais voilà.
Ben, super, puis en même temps, ben moi et Gracie, là, on n'a jamais coursé les uns contre les autres, mais il se pourrait qu'on aille vous voir un jour dans un lobby de pratique, puis qu'on aille faire quelques tours de roue, là, histoire de se connaître aussi sur la piste, là, ça va nous faire plaisir. Donc une belle fin de journée à vous, puis vous, il est déjà tard chez vous, donc presque une bonne
Oui, j'ai école demain. Je vais aller prendre une petite douche et aller au lit au plus vite.
C'est bon, ouais, bon retour, puis félicitations pour cette victoire.
Merci beaucoup, merci à vous pour cette belle course.
C'est plaisir. Et en terminant, je crois qu'on a Antonio de la ERM. Est-ce que tu es là?
Ouais, bonsoir.
Hello. Antonio, speak English ou juste français?
Vous m'entendez?
Oui, mais pas très fort.
Attends.
Prends le temps.
C'est bon là ou pas?
Oui, mieux.
Ok.
Ça roule. Donc, premièrement, merci d'avoir remplacé à la dernière minute, avoir pris une place comme ça. Je crois que tu remplaces un de tes coéquipiers de la ERM dans ce championnat très relevé. Est-ce que tu parles anglais, Antonio, ou tu parles juste français?
Je peux parler anglais si vous voulez. Y a pas de souci.
Good. Yes, because this is the English broadcast. And me and my friend Greasy here have interviewed your friends in French so far, but Greasy hasn't had the occasion to place a question yet. So, Greasy, our friend Antonio is here. We did not know him before he came in the race because he was a last-minute replacement. So, anything you would like to ask him about what his thoughts were or anything like that related to the race?
Oh, what can I think of here? Tony, you had a moment, didn't you? Or you're the one that put in full fuel at the beginning, wasn't it?
I stopped on the first lap, but no, I didn't put fuel. I just changed tires and go again.
Oh, okay. So how do you feel running against these top guys from your country here?
Well, I'm used to race against them, so I know them pretty well. I don't know, the second part of the grid, like the Canadian drivers and the Hungarian, I know him, but the Canadians know, so it was, the first time that I'm racing against them.
Well, hopefully you'll learn a few Canadian names after this little series here.
Well,
try and keep up with you guys.
I knew the name, but I didn't race against them, because we're not in the same region. Like they're racing in North America, in FIA, and I'm racing on Europe, so I'm not used to race against them.
Yeah, I can tell you that.
Congratulations, you guys.
I was about to tell you that you can bet on them to be fast. They're the fastest guys in the province of Quebec. Maybe there's one or two other names that I could name, but these guys are right up there in the province of Quebec, and they got like top Canadian speed. So we don't see them much now on the international grid, but maybe they will show up more now that they know they can measure up to people from all around the world. Also, we want to congratulate you because you just, you came in last moment, second position in the first race, third position in the second, 2 podiums. So this is great. Seriously, we really liked your driving, and we would like to congratulate you for that. So far, you guys from France you dominated the 1, 2, 3, 4 spots in the first races. So is there anything between you guys, like a patriotic vibe that you're going to keep, or it's just everybody for himself?
Well, we used to train together, when we are always in the party tots, every day. So when there is a training or, something else, we are always together, to train something.
All right, good. Well, thank you very much for your time, Antonio. We're not going to keep you that long because your guys are going to bed. I heard from No.
Yes, tomorrow.
Okay, so thank you very much for your time, and
Congratulations!
we'll see
Thanks
you.
for the entertainment.
Yeah, and
Yeah, thank you.
and I think we just got joined by Mehdi.
Hello.
Hello, Mehdi. You speak English, Mehdi?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
All right, good. So
Mehdi, you
Mehdi,
were the only one that did the two-stop, correct?
No,
You did a
I
three-stop
started
too.
on. No, I did 3 stops. So I started on hard, then I did 2 stints on softs, and then one last stint on mediums. So
Okay.
that's 3
yeah,
stops.
it was hard to keep track for us.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
We were not expecting those 2 stops. So Mehdi, great results for you. Great racing. We asked most of your compatriots about the time you put on practice before a round like that. Mr. Killian said around, well, time-wise, didn't quite got on the money, but he told me like around 1,500 kilometers. No told me about 1,200 kilometers. So how much practice did you put on for before a race like this?
Well, it's actually hard to say because when you practice in lobbies, it doesn't count on your daily workout, the mileage that you do. It's only counting the races. So actually, I cannot really tell, but in terms of time that I put in, minimum 1 hour just to learn the track, get to know the strategy, how the car behaves on the track, all that stuff. Basically, just 1 hour is already pretty good.
Yes, yeah, well, we're the same here. I don't usually practice more than 1 hour before a race like this because I don't have much time for this. And I think after 1 hour, you quite get the groove, and sometimes you can just over practice some stuff. And
How many practice races did you run before this?
So I didn't have too much time because I got into the racing league just yesterday in the night. Yeah, it was literally at the last minute.
Wow.
And it's the same for Antonio. Antonio, it was literally today.
You guys are crazy.
yeah.
What a performance for just getting in.
yeah, I forgot. You were the replacement yesterday, and Antonio
Yes.
was the replacement today. But you guys are from the same team, are you?
Yeah, we are.
And you were replacing Joss, I think, right?
Basically, I was replacing Pista,
Pista,
and
yeah.
Antonio was replacing Joss.
Well, thank you for that, because
Great drive.
so they needed quality replacements for driver who got out at the last moment, and look at that, those replacements, second and third, and third and second. So
getting
kudos
closer to
you.
that money. Getting closer to that money.
Yeah, you're getting closer to the prize.
Money.
So, congratulations, Mehdi. Thank you for your time and answering our questions. You're probably going to hear from us, me and Greasy, in the following weeks, because we're all going to keep in touch with drivers, maybe do sometime questions in between the races to keep track and have a good season. This is a great championship, so looking forward to see you perform again on the next race on October 1st. So thank you very much for your time.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for the interview, guys.
My pleasure, our pleasure. So basically, what we said in French is that first Killian, he was really calm. He did not approach that race. I asked him if he approached that race differently because there was prize money, but this guy is so used to being on the big stage, so he said, "Oh no, just like I approached it like a regular FIA championship or another." So he was really calm about it, and he put up about 1,500 kilometers in practice. Same thing for No, not much being nervous about the prize money, and about 1,200 kilometers. But what's scotching me is that a guy like Mehdi who just put 1 hour,
unbelievable.
like that. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
because I said when I put 1 hour myself, I'm quite on a good pace, but I don't think I can
dominate
something like that. So
impressive. Good drivers. Very,
So
very
yeah,
good drivers.
so we got all those drivers. Keep their name in mind. This is not supposed to move in the season. It's not like the GT Fusion when we had all different drivers sometimes from a week to the other. These guys are going to stick around. This season has just started. Great event. Will become, and we are learning as much as we do every time. So we're going to come well prepared for the next race. Try to keep track on all the tires.
Keep track of these tires, man. Holy moly.
This was quite hard. We really want to thank you for sticking with us for this event on this Sunday. And we're going to see you October 1st for the next event. But on the GTCQ channel, the next event is the Academy. I think it's Tuesday, September 19th, if I'm not mistaken. Feel free to go on GTCQ website. So yeah, it's Tuesday, September 19th at 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time Zone for the Academy. That said, look up our website for the rules, for the schedules and the combos if you forgot about them because we briefly described it. For Guillaume, Greasy, and me, and also Jazz and Chill on the other side on the French production, Fabien as well, Lecoute, and our sponsor, Jimmy Turcotte from GT Tuning. We'd like to thank you for being here. And Greasy, anything you want to add to this particular great event that we just had?
I just want to say what an exciting race. Thank you everybody in the chat and everybody tuning in, hitting that like button. All the new subscribers for the GTCQ channel. Hopefully we get some more great races like this. We're just getting started here, so things are only going to heat up for the better. And and if you're interested in some live streams of me looking like an idiot racing around, follow me. Greasy Sam Squanch. Hit me up on YouTube. Come say hi. We like to have fun. But that's it for me.
All right, so thank you. Tune into GTCQ. Tune into Greasy's Greasy Sam Squanch stream. Always fun to watch. And we'll see you again in 3 weeks' time for this particular championship. Thank you very much.
Peace out, everybody. Keep it greasy.